you need, like water, food, and medications. Remember, your safety is our priority, but let's stay safe together.
Is your credit on life support? Hey, it's Megan from iHeartRadio. And if you said yes, then Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Local bank representatives will be on site to grant special approval to consumers who meet certain minimum criteria. So if you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach wants to approve you so you can drive home your new Kia today. I repeat, Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. So if you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic wants to approve you for a new Kia today. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss the credit clinic today and tomorrow at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 1-800-NEW-KIAs or check them out online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com or stop by in person and tell Mike Wangle and all the sales experts that Megan sent you.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Credit affects down payment and approval terms.
I'm John Walzak, host of the new podcast, Missing in Arizona.
And I'm Robert Fisher, one of the most wanted men in the world.
We cloned his voice using AI. In 2001,
Police say I killed my family and rigged my house to explode.
Before escaping into the wilderness.
Police believe he is alive.
Join me.
I'm going down in the cave.
As I track down clues.
I'm going to call the police and have you removed.
Hunting.
One of the most dangerous fugitives in the world.
Robert Fisher.
Do you recognize my voice?
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Missing in Arizona.
It's time to enjoy the sun and fun of the Caribbean. Come experience Jamaica Mon. You are invited to paradise in Jamaica at the Azul Beach Resort Negril. Experience this all-inclusive resort escape bound by some of Jamaica's most beautiful beachfront located on world-renowned 7 Mile Beach. Immerse yourself in a world of all-inclusive indulgency. Awaken your senses through elevated dining experiences, 9 mouth-watering restaurants, 9 incredible bars, luxurious amenities including 7 sparkling pools, a luxurious spa and fitness center. All inclusive. Rest, relax, recharge, rejuvenate. Enjoy unlimited paradise in Jamaica at the Azul Beach Resort in Negril. Your all-inclusive Jamaican escape begins today by logging on to charismahotels.com/azul-beach-resorts/Negril. That's charismahotels.com/azul-beach-resorts/Negril. Azul Beach Resort Negril, Jamaica.
Ever wolfed down a Big Mac and thought, I need some extra cash? Then download the Drop app. Get rewarded for dining out and more. Use code DROP22 for $5 in points. Download Drop now.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it, so your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for an accident on eastbound Southern Boulevard, blocking the left lane at Military Trail. Keep in mind 6th Avenue South is shut down due to construction, Grove Street to Congress Avenue. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Who's ready for an awesome day?
I should be. I'm left-handed.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
She's left-handed.
I thought I was left-handed.
I'm left-handed.
See, I'm a southpaw.
Southpaw.
Oh, southpaw means you're left-handed.
I'm left-handed.
It's International Left-Handers Day.
Sinister being Latin for left-handed.
Raise your left hand.
I see you're left-handed.
Happy International Left-Handers Day.
It's showtime.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Jimmy.
We haven't had to pull it for quite a while, so we got to lube it up.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Yes, it is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. What is happening? I hope you had a good morning so far, and your Cheerios are going in the right direction. We got a lot for you. We always do every day. Always appreciate you listening to Real Radio. Don't forget, iHeart's trying to send you to Vegas. Randy will tell you about that in a little while. Another great opportunity. We have a giveaway and so much more on this Fat Tuesday. My God, Yankees lost last night to the White Sox. One of the biggest upsets of the year. Woo! And they were getting 2.5 runs plus. It is the Greek, Jimmy, and Francis on a Tuesday. Good morning, Jimmy. How are you, sir?
Hello, and good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, and good morning to Francis. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm super. How are you guys?
Super. Thanks for asking.
You're so welcome.
Super. Thanks for asking.
Nice.
So is the Olympics finished really over?
No, it's over.
It's
over on Sunday. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what the closing ceremony means. It's
It's
done
finished?
for 2024 at least. Yes.
Can you talk about it today, or is it nah?
I think it's okay. It's Tuesday. You can.
Yeah.
Maybe like when we get to the end of the week, it's like, all right, get over it. I'm just kidding. No, you talk about whatever you want.
There's some lingering stories.
Oh,
you
can't get away from that breakdancer. Can't.
Oh, that. Yep. That's one thing.
Last night-
Didn't Adele or somebody like stick up for her?
She said-
say
no,
that
well,
was like the greatest thing in the
She
world?
said she was the best thing about the Olympics, but she said it during her concert, and she was like, took a moment to talk about it, but it wasn't like she was saying how great she was. Like, she's a great breakdancer. She said because her and her friends kept on watching it and they couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
Right.
Yes.
So she was mocking her.
A bit, yes,
Mm,
yes.
okay,
Calling her the best
okay.
thing about the Olympics, but it's
Good
just
to know.
because she was so amusing that her and her friends watched the video over and over and over again.
Thanks, Adele.
And
Okay.
couldn't help themselves
Good
but laugh.
to know.
I started following on Instagram, by the way.
Adele?
I did. No, Rachel.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
She's like an instructor or something?
She's got
Of
a PhD.
breakdancing, right?
She's a teacher, or she's a professor, but yes, of like music or dance. And I think it was her man is a break dancer or something, and so
Her
then she
boyfriend?
started getting into it. And if you follow on Instagram, she's been doing it for years and years. Has she been doing it well? I don't know. It's up to you. What do you guys think?
Now she's Adele. We're talking.
No.
Oh.
We're talking about Reagan.
Oh, okay. The woman.
That's
Go
what they
ahead.
call it, Reagan.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Pew pew.
Yes. Reagan is her breakdancing name. But yes, Rachel Guns, and that's why she calls herself Reagan. But I follow her on Instagram. It is a very good follow because it's still like, all right, I'm hoping I will find something better.
Aren't we all?
And there actually is some videos better.
Amen.
There actually are some videos that are better of her dancing than what she provided.
It's just not breakdancing.
But for the Olympics. And then I found the video of actually what qualified her into the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
And so it's her and another woman dancing, and the other woman is clearly better than her, but still not great. So it's like, all right, well, maybe Australia, they don't have much to offer.
That was a little bit of if you want to say a serious controversy as to whether or not she really should have been there representing.
Yeah, so I think maybe maybe they thought she was the best of the best, but I thought the woman that she was going against to get into the Olympics was better than her. But yes, Adele was basically saying that the breakdancing lady was effing fantastic. The best thing that happened to the Olympics the entire time. But she said it made me very happy. Me and my friends have been pooping ourselves laughing for 24 hours.
Nice.
But she said the other word.
How long is she still playing in Vegas? Would you want to see her if you went to Vegas?
Sure. I love Adele. I think she's got a great voice, but she's a little too slow for me. Like, I like my concerts to be a bit more upbeat.
Yeah, she seems so different.
But I've heard fantastic things about her show. So.
Yeah, she really does. Now, yesterday we talked about this on our show, and then I heard some different things after the show. Did the girl have to give back her bronze medal? Because now I heard she did have to give it back.
Well, yes, and then somebody texted and said that she didn't have to, and
but
they
I
were
heard
incorrect.
last night on the 4-Letter Network that no, she's got to give it back.
No, it's Jordan Childs. Is that it? Jordan? Yeah. So we got a text when we talked about it, and I guess, this is what we get for believing every text message that comes through. But somebody texted us on our text line, which you always can do, 47142. Correct or not, I will read it. Started off with Real Radio, saying that she didn't have to. And I'm here.
Ended on Sunday night. Very good Olympics for a lot of people. Ratings were up tremendously. But I know you guys have the situation where they're saying some of them are not going to come back. Some things people are just like, nah, I don't
Well,
want.
it's not necessarily coming back. We know for sure. And Jimmy mentioned all the ones that aren't coming back yesterday.
Yeah.
He did. But these are the ones that people don't want to come back.
Oh,
it's not
okay.
necessarily.
So this is
this
like
is
opinion of what? Okay.
Yes. And you can give us your opinion too. Like, what do you not want to see on there? So according to Just Americans here, the list of sports that people want scrapped from the Olympics, including, they say, well, a lot of people just say because whatever it is, it's dull. So we know that there's going to be 4 new sports added to it. Jimmy mentioned it yesterday, but if you missed it, I know one of them, they're talking about like flag football, right? They're bringing back baseball, softball,
Baseball
a few
and softball
things.
are the
Yep.
2 big ones.
Which I told Matt to tell his niece, who's fantastic, and she's a teenager, just a sophomore right now, but she's really great at flag football. She's the one who was a quarterback from varsity at freshman.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I was like, you should tell her to keep up with this. Maybe she could be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Now that they have putting in as a sport these days, you should tell her. So, but yes, so they were talking about race walking, top the list as one of the least popular. With people saying it's just hilarious. It's almost like what you see, like mall walking.
Yeah.
Just very, very fast walking.
I used to see it sometimes Central Park. People would do it. It is funny. But
They say it's profoundly dumb, legit hilarious, but it's a sport
Yeah.
and people do take it seriously, the ones who do. But yes, they say Olympic race walking should be out. They said...
I didn't even know it was then.
Yes. They said it was one of the earliest sports to be added to the modern games back in 1908, and it has remained in place ever since, despite popular calls for people to remove it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a bad idea.
It's not. But I mean, if you look at the people doing it, you try to race walk for that long. I understand. Steeplechase. Now, that involves competitors hurdling over 28 fixed barriers of different heights and 7 separate water jumps. Do you see that one?
No.
So I saw a little bit of it, and I was like, wow. They said this is one man thought modern steeplechase needed to be replaced with its original version, which took place in a natural landscape of rivers, creeks, and hedges. There's no point in jumping into a little puddle and saying, oh, it represents a river. They were like, jump into the effing river. I guess back in the day you used to have to, and now it just looks silly. This one, surprisingly, popular event. People say men's football, even though we didn't have it this time. Or you know what? This is soccer, because it's a British one. Men's football, soccer.
Okay.
They said, which is surprisingly popular.
Yeah.
Some people think it should be booted from the games, with many complaining that the best players were unfairly unable to compete in the Olympic sports due to strict rules.
Yeah. They are in
With
their,
FIFA,
they're with their teams and they're going to play. See, the WNBA this year, what they ended up doing was like we talked about, they stopped their season. So they're going to pick up in 3 weeks.
Yep.
So if they didn't, all those girls wouldn't have been able to play for us.
Right.
They're all with the WNBA.
Is that what they're, so basically the same type of thing?
Yeah.
With the soccer.
But soccer doesn't allow.
Some of the
They
better
want the big
players
stars,
can't play. Okay.
And I guess that's because of FIFA rules.
Right, okay.
Hundreds are calling out for dressage.
What is it?
Dressage.
What is that, a massage with butter?
That's when the horses dance.
Oh, nice.
You know?
Can you bet on that?
And that was something that I had heard, that or maybe some of the other equestrian ones, where it's like, well, who's the athlete here? The horse or the person riding it?
And that's what they say. They said, well, some people think that it's inappropriate Olympic sports due to potential animal cruelty. They say because you watch them whipping. I guess there was an incident where somebody was whipping the horse that rocked the UK dressage team.
Okay.
But But the same thing. They say anything equestrian, multiple scandals around horses' welfare, they say is one reason why. But this is, of course, there's a lot of people who believe in that. They say dressage, it's dumb. It's a dumb activity, not a sport. And they said the same thing. They're like, when the person riding the horse is the one who actually gets the medal and not the horse who's doing the dancing. But yes, of course, the person, I mean, you have to teach and train the horse. But yes, they do understand that. So that's one out here. They say surfing should be, and the only reason why, they say too much wave variance. Okay. And then
there is some truth to that if you think about it.
Yep. And then finally here, the one that did, and which is so surprising, breaking. And the reason why it's surprising, yes, they said the Olympic Committee did not bring as much excitement as they thought they would. But when you think breaking, I believe it started in New York, I believe.
I'm not sure.
I believe it did. But you also think like LA, California, you would think they would have a huge scene and would have better breakers. But they decided like, we're not going to bring it. So it was race walking, soccer. To us, equestrian event, steeplechase, golf was on there. Too boring for the Olympics.
Really? Mm-hmm. Is ping pong still?
I believe so.
I think that was a pretty one of the bigger or more popular ones.
Is that summer or winter?
It's summer.
Summer, yeah.
It is? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I was wondering if I thought they excluded that this time.
A lot of things you didn't see were probably on Peacock because there was different channels and you saw all the main stuff that people want to watch on NBC. But yeah, if you want to add anything on it, 47142. What do you think should be scrapped from the Summer Olympics just because it's boring?
Did you see any of the golf? Because my brother was talking about it, but I think he was watching it on Peacock. Now that you mention it,
Yeah,
certain
I believe it
ones
was
I think
too.
were on there.
I mean, we know Scotty
And
won.
he was watching the ladies when we were talking on the phone one morning because it was early morning. Of course, by that their time standards it was different. But he was talking about that. I think trying to remember what day it was. Doesn't matter. But
the good thing, and the only thing I heard from people with the Olympics that it was on different, obviously, possibilities that you could watch it, but it was on 24/7. So they were like, I could, wake up 3 in the morning or whatever. There was something.
Oh, so they were tape delay.
Yeah,
with some of the events.
Yeah, a lot of them.
And they did a lot of replays too.
Yeah, they did a lot of replays, which people like.
It makes sense. Yeah, I mean, really, with all the time zones with the entire world.
Yeah.
How about lap dancing? Should that be a sport?
I mean, I'm down with pole dancing being a sport, and I'm not lap dancing, a pole dance. Those people are athletes, and I've seen, and I'm not talking strippers. America's Got Talent has this one. I mean, and those things go way up high, but it's just absolutely incredible what they can do on those things.
How about counting money?
I don't know if that's
think that'd be a sport, Jim?
Yeah, I don't think it's a good Olympic sport.
No, you don't think so?
No.
Yeah. Well, you got to do it without getting a paper cut. I think that's the challenge.
Got it.
How quick can you do it? I love those machines.
How long can you do it before Greek gets pissed? There we go. How about that? There's an Olympic sport for you.
Last time I was at a Hard Rock.
300. Damn it! Should have been me.
Last time I was at Hard Rock, the girl was counting out some money that I won. It was $20 over. She looked over at me because they spin it around and they show it to you before they give you the money. And she looked over at me. I go, I won't say anything if you don't. She goes, no, sir. It's $20. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was $20 amongst friends. I'm not your friend. Oh, well.
I thought you
should be.
You should be. Maybe I can help you with something. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Those are the ways you guys can get involved with the show. Also, you can leave us a call back. Those are always great, and we love you guys getting involved with the show in any capacity you would like. Franny, iHeart's got a big event coming up, and what are we giving them? An opportunity and some cash, right?
Yeah, we have 3 opportunities a day. Your next one is going to happen at 1 o'clock, so make sure you set that alarm for 1 and 5 because it's 9, 1, and 5, and that's when we give you a keyword, and that keyword can get you to Las Vegas, Nevada for our iHeartRadio Music Festival happening September 20th and 21st. That's just a little over a month away.
Yeah.
T-Mobile Arena. That is 2 nights, 1 stage. Performers like Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Greek's favorite, Dua Lipa, Gwen Stefani,
Gotta get there.
Keith Urban, the Black Crowes, Thomas Rhett, so many great bands. And not only are we're gonna get you there, right? You get the passes. They're gonna fly you out, airfare. You get accommodations, and you get $1,000 in spending money. And
That's
you can spend it
unbelievable.
however you want. You can put it all down on a roulette. I don't care. One spin. Or you can take it back home with you and spend it here. Whatever you want to do, that's $1,000, which can go a long way in Las Vegas. So make sure you are tuned in. That next opportunity is happening at 1 o'clock, but it's a little different. We switch it up. You get a keyword, and you're going to text it this time to 200-200.
Imagine somebody got $1,000 and put it in a slot machine and hit big. What a story that would be.
That'd be a great story.
Wow. You know what I mean? Or put it on a number and they hit. Boom. And then you'd be like, wow, I love iHeart. Great giveaway by iHeart. I mean, really, spectacular. The show's going to be great. And you get a Gino and go to Vegas. Come on, who doesn't want that? It is the Penthouse on a Fat Tuesday. We're going to come back with This Day in History, a trifecta. And Franny's got a situation. Are you the blank hole? We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
If you're experiencing skipping on the podcast, reach out to tips@thenewsjunkie.com.
Well, I want to know what you mean by skipping. Like, is it going to a completely different portion of the show? Is it repeating what somebody says? Repeating what somebody said? Repeating what somebody says? Is it,
oh my God, you freaked me out just now.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for an accident on the eastbound Southern Boulevard, blocking the left lane at Military Trail. Keep in mind 6th Avenue South is shut down due to construction Grove Street to Congress Avenue. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Hey, it's Franny. Ready to sell your car without the hassle? Go to GimmeTheVin.com. Whether it's your daily driver, SUV, classic muscle car, or exotic ride, they buy it all. Enter your VIN or license plate number and get a top offer in minutes. Guaranteed to beat CarMax, or they'll pay you $100. It's fast, easy, and you can even sell your classic car at GMTVCC.com. Sell your car the smart way with GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi there, I'm Mia. I'm air.
You're air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. Little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace!
Another insurance story from...
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance. Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Palm Tran is safe, clean, and efficient. With 31 routes serving Palm Beach County, Palm Tran serves all major malls, medical centers, and beaches. Get dropped off directly at Lake Worth Beach. Pay your fare with our free app, the Paradise Pass. Get the Paradise Pass app and plan your trip by going to palmtran.org. That's palmtran.org. You can also call us during customer service hours at 561-841-4BUS. That's 561-841-4BUS. Palm Tran is the safe, clean, and efficient way to go.
I'm Chris Walls, and I'm a truck driver from Missouri. For 13 hours a night, I sit in my truck and I drive. Out of boredom, I'll stop and eat. If I'm not doing fast food, I guarantee there's a bag of chips open on my dashboard. Along with that, I'm good for about 4 liters of soda a night. That was all until Andro 400. I started out 4 months ago weighing 341 pounds, and since taking Andro 400, I've dropped 45 pounds. I'm sleeping better. There's no cravings. My knee pain went away. I've had some lower back issues, and I've noticed that went away, and I can only contribute that to Andro 400. One thing that Andro 400 said on the radio ad says it attacks belly fat. Well, let me tell you, it did. I've lost 6 inches. This product really does work.
So guys, if you'd like to experience similar results, then get Andro 400, the safe, natural, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. Since 1996, StormSmart has installed over 100,000 protection and lifestyle products in Florida homes. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your Social Security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes. Yep.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors, Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive. Of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Get ready to cool down this summer with the ultimate treat. This delectable dessert is too thick for a straw, but just right for a fry. Is it a milkshake? Is it ice cream? Neither. It's a Frosty. Come taste your favorite small Frosty flavor for just $1. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
S12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have hot and humid conditions again today. A heat advisory in effect for Palm Beach County until 6 p.m. this evening. Fewer showers than we saw yesterday. Again, if we do see any isolated showers, most of them will be pinned west of I-95. Do keep the umbrella at the ready just in case we do have that one or two pop up to the east of 95.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Florida needs a power company that's storm ready. That's why FPL works year-round to keep the power on and restore it safely and as quickly as possible when needed. FPL, working for you every single day. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface,
dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We have officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events. Is somebody messing with us? Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Welcome back into The Penthouse. Thank you so much for tuning in on that FM dial or the absolutely free iHeart Radio app. We so appreciate you. And we want you to be a part of the show. You have so many ways to do so. Call us, 877-927-6969. That is that toll-free number. Of course, you can leave a talk back on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app. That's such a cool way to be a part of the show. You don't even have to have a conversation with us. It's just like a hit and run. Say something. You just record it when you search for Real Radio 921. Hit that microphone icon, record something, and we will play it on air, of course. No curse words, anything like that. You know the rules. You can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. And of course, we have a text line right in front of me, 47142. Started off with Real Radio, I being Franny. And we have Jimmy. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning. Can I bombard them with a little bit more information?
Sure,
because it is Tuesday. You know what that means?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's
just
time,
the tip.
Just the tip. It's time for just the tip. You want to go see Megadeth with special guest Mudvayne and All That Remains Saturday, August 24th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. It's real easy. Pick up your phone, open up Instagram, search for Real Radio 921. And you'll see I put up a post there with the Megadeth and how you can enter to win. But it's real easy. Just like it. Share that post. Add us to your account. Follow us. Why aren't you following us anyway?
Right.
And leave us a comment. And we'll pick a winner tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for those tickets to see Megadeth, Mudvayne, and All That Remains. That show Saturday, August 24th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. Thank you very much, Randy.
Perfecto. And good morning, Greek.
Good morning, guys. Sorry for the delay. I tripped in the hallway. Can we do a trifecta?
Riders up. It's Creepy Trifecta.
All right, the AP preseason poll came out, and of course, Georgia's number one, followed by Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, and Alabama 5. Lowest rating that Alabama's been since like 2008, but they're 5. But Florida State in the top 10. Which is pretty surprising. And they open up on August 24th against Georgia Tech, and I believe that's in Ireland. And I believe they're given 13 points. I'm telling you now, bet Georgia Tech plus the 13, okay? Right now, I'm telling you, bet Georgia Tech plus the 13. That's our first college pick. The week after, it's UNLV. We'll get into that. But no surprise, Georgia's number one, Ohio State, and Oregon. This year is going to be totally different. There's 12 teams in the playoff. I think it's going to be harder than ever for these teams to win. And there's going to be teams in the top 12 that are going to have 2 losses and possibly 3 because the schedules are going to be so tough. Yankees lost last night to the White Sox. It was a normal game, but it was one of the biggest upsets of the year. The Yankees were 3-1 favorites in Chicago, and the White Sox smacked them 12-2. Tariq Hill said he's a better player than Patrick Mahomes. Doesn't have the rings to show for it, but he has one, I believe. He also said that the Olympic gold medalist that just won, he could beat him in a race. So he goes, bring him on. I'll beat him in a race. Tariq being Tariq always gives you some good comments and some unique things, and he always has something to say. But he said he's a better football player than Patrick Mahomes. And the gentleman who just won the big race for the Olympics, he's fastest guy in the world. Tariq says he can beat him. Maybe he can. I don't know. Also, a book came out about Aaron Rodgers, the dark side of Aaron Rodgers, what his situation about with his family for years. He didn't talk to him when he was dating the actress Olivia Munn. A lot of stories came out about that, but it is called The Dark Side of Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure people are going to be talking about that. I think that was it was coming out, and doesn't paint him in a great picture in a lot of ways, and all his problems with his family. And I really didn't talk to his family for years. He felt his family went after her. The family says it was the other way around. But yeah, not great when stuff like that comes out. But we'll see what happens, and if Rodgers is even going to comment on it. He's sure he will, because he's on podcasts all the time. And that is your first Greek trifecta of the day. Over to Jimmy for this day in history.
On this day in history.
All right, hop on board, kids. We're going back not too far, 110 years, that's all. The year was 1914. That's when genius Carl Wickman began using his beat-up gray car, which no one would buy, to take miners from their homes to mines in Minnesota.
Oh, you're not like kids.
Not that kind of miner.
I was like, that sounds creepy.
M-I-N-E-R-S.
Did you think it was kids? And that would be in this day in history?
Miners.
His taxi service took off, and he was soon able to buy more cars to service the mine workers. Not the miners. His little business is now known as the Greyhound Bus Corporation.
Oh, what?
105 years ago today, in 1919, the greatest racehorse of all time, Man o' War, lost a race for his first and only time. How about this? Here's a little nuggeted news for you here. He was upset by a horse named Upset.
Really?
Man o' War went on to win 1,300 races and father 379 baby racehorses.
Wow, keep it in your pants.
Damn.
That's a lot of
Jeez.
horses.
Ooh,
God.
holy smokes.
Was that with Viagra or no? God.
63 years ago today, in 1961, East German soldiers sealed the border between East and West Berlin to stop the East Berlin citizens from using West Berlin as an escape route to flee communism. In the middle of the night, while everyone was asleep, they tore up the streets, laid barbed wire fences, and poured concrete to make what we knew as the Berlin Wall. 51 years ago today, 1973, Leonard Skinner released their self-titled debut album featuring their classic Gimme 3 Steps, Simple Man, and Freebird. You might have heard of that song.
Yeah, it might a few times.
42 years ago today, in 1982, Fast Times at Ridgemont High was released, starring Sean Penn as Jeff Spicoli.
Oh, my God.
That was my skull. I'm so wasted.
I still can't believe that's him. Like, you know, how he developed and kind of person he is. I don't know. It just seems so weird watching him.
Yeah.
Even like
as
when
a burnout stoner with long hair. You
Even
know, I
like
know
the-
we see him now.
Yeah, and then even the other night, like, I forgot he was married to Madonna.
Mhm.
Like, with all
No,
that
that's right. Yeah,
trouble
yeah,
he
yeah.
had and paparazzi. And, man, like, you just, whew. Everybody's got, you know, different lives and crazy stuff that happens.
29 years ago today, in 1995, I don't usually do deaths, but of course, this guy is a legend. Yankee Hall of Famer Mickey Mantle passed away on this day after battling with liver cancer. He was 63 years young. 27 years ago today, 1997, Matt Stone and Trey Parker's animated Brilliance South Park debuted. The episode was very gently titled Cartman Gets an Anal Probe. And finally, 16 years ago today, in 2008, Michael Phelps became the winningest Olympic athlete of all time when he took home his 10th and 11th gold medals at the Beijing Olympics. He went 8 for 8 and broke almost every swimming-related medal record in the book. By the time he retired, he had earned 23 gold medals.
Crazy.
That is tremendous.
And that's what happened
insanity.
on August 13th.
Jimmy, go
in
back
our history.
to Mickey Mantle. Did you say 63?
That's what it said. I don't always verify every single factoid on these, but it said 63
Yeah, no,
is when he
yeah.
passed away.
Because Mickey Mantle, his father died very young and his brother, so his thought process was, and I got the chance to meet Mickey Mantle a couple times at Mickey Mantle's in Central Park. Very nice guy. I met him actually through a priest that I was friends with, and he always said that he drank so much because he thought he was going to die young, like his father and his brothers. And he also, and when he passed away, he had that news conference. I remember years ago, and he told everybody, "Don't drink, take care of yourself. You know, look what it did to me." But in his mind, and I also got to know Yogi Berra, he said the same thing. He always thought that, you know, Mickey always thought he was going to die. So he tried to, like, you know, excessively drink and do everything and party.
So he's like, if I'm going to die, I'm going to go big.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
he
crazy.
really
Like, you're killing yourself. So that's why you think you're dying. So I'm going to kill myself.
because he would have
instead.
broke every home run record.
Yeah.
I mean, they always said
Like,
it.
you would think if you had that mindset, like, I'm going to die, you would do everything. Like, if you thought it was health related to become healthy. But I guess he just wanted to have fun.
Yeah, and he figured, you know, if you're going to
Well,
cash
it's a
out.
good excuse, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's a great excuse to, keep doing whatever you want to do instead of what you should.
So I think there's a
maybe.
difference, right? Like, I think if in my head I'm going to die, like I have a feeling, like gut, that whatever, then I'm probably going to do everything to make myself not, right? Try to be the healthiest person I can be. But if you have somebody and they know, and they're, let's say, you believe in psychic fortune teller and they're like, or a doctor, let's say you have so many years to live and they're like, this is the day you're going to die. Then that's when I go crazy.
Sure. Yeah.
Then that's when I'm like, all right,
And
well,
it's
that's
different
it.
times.
There's
so.
a different mindset. To
There
that.
is a
Sure,
different mindset.
sure.
Somebody wanted me to let you know, G-Man, 47142, and I did look up to confirm if you were not aware. It looks like Micah Parsons said he will forego the 2027 season. They're already talking about it, Dallas Cowboys, to train to be in the Olympics, the flag football team.
What is he going to do?
He's not going to be, let's say, I pulled up the article, so that's what it said here. He's going to take a break from football after 2027 to prep for the 2028 Olympics.
Oh, 2027. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I said forego.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought he meant this year. I'm like, oh
No.
my God, doesn't this team have enough problems right now? Jesus.
Yeah, but he's already made that announcement. After 2027, I'm gonna take a break from football to prepare for the Olympics.
All right, we'll see what happens. And I think, oh God, what's the key?
But they haven't even announced the national team yet, the roster. So obviously he just wants to be a part of it.
And then one of the polls said too, he's going to get into boxing in 2028. I don't know which brother was.
I mean, you got to try out. If he makes it, he makes it. But I know Patrick Mahomes. How do you say Kyle? How do I say his name? J-U-S-Z-Z-Z. Never mind. Joe Burrow. You don't know what Kyle J? Kyle?
It's not ringing a bell. I'm sorry.
Kyle J-U-S-Z-C-Z-Y-K.
Oh, use check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, it's one of those things I'm like, what?
It is one of those names. Matter of fact, we had a listener, and I'm sorry I don't remember who it was, but a listener emailed me
and said that's how you
and
say
said it's easiest way is use check. Use check.
Okay, perfect. I won't remember that, but thank you. Joe Burrow, they have all expressed interest in competing in the Olympics, but of course that's 2028.
I don't think they'll be playing if they're with the NFL. They're not going to be getting $70 million a year. The NFL will be like, you're not playing. You get hurt. No. There's so many things in their contracts that these guys can't do that people are not aware of. Who knows? Maybe, but I think their teams would be like, "No, you're not playing. You get hurt, and we're screwed." But who knows? Maybe at 2027 they'll be retired because they have enough money. Franny, I know you had a situation to go over. Am I the blank?
Yeah, we do these every now and again, and I have the latest one here. I actually saw this one in People Magazine, so it made it.
Wow.
This one made it if you're in People Magazine, but it came from the Reddit thread, and some of these are ridiculous. Some of these are serious. Like last week, we had a pretty serious one that I brought up about a baby situation, but this one, I don't know. I feel like we might all be on the same page. So a man stormed out of his family vacation, and I will tell you why. So in that popular Reddit subreddit thread, Am I the A-hole? That was shared last week. A 38-year-old man wrote that he and his wife had been planning on taking vacation to Venice, Italy.
Oh,
right?
right.
Sounds nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
With
Let's
their
go.
5-year-old daughter. He said, it's always been my wife's idea of a romantic city. It's been a dream to go there, he wrote. However, his wife's mother soon found out about the trip and was like, it was her dream to visit too. So she was invited to join as well.
By who?
Probably the wife.
From both?
Says my wife was very supportive of this idea, but I was a bit more reluctant. So, of course, the wife was a little bit pushier about it because it's her mom.
Right.
So, of course, to his dismay, his wife booked just one room for the whole group of 4 with 2 queen beds.
That's a problem.
2 queen beds?
2 queen beds, 1 room, right, for the 5-year-old mom and him and his wife.
5-year-old mom? Or
5-year-old
kid?
hit the mom.
Okay.
The 5-year-old is not a mom.
Okay, I was just saying, wow, this is a weird family.
Wow.
It is a weird family.
Hope that's the case.
I know Venice is liberal, but
They're not from Venice. They're going on vacation there.
okay, whatever.
Are you
Whatever.
following along?
Who cares?
I'm
I know.
following along.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Clearly.
It said setting off a series of conflicts. So they argue that because of the room setup, his mother-in-law was constantly in their space. Of course. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just one room. She was
Where'd
sharing.
the kid sleep on the floor?
She was sharing
Or
his
somebody did.
wife's. Well, no, she slept in the bed with the mom. It was 2 beds, right? Is that what
Oh, okay. So the 5-year-old was shacked up with
mom.
Grandmother.
Mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
With grandma,
and
yeah.
husband and wife, but
Okay.
the beds are next
All right.
to each other. You know that setup,
Okay.
right? When you
Yeah.
go.
Hope they
So-
didn't mess around.
Ooh.
She was, you guys are making this really weird. She was sharing, so he said, the mom was constantly in the space. She was sharing his wife's expensive products, but it's the wife's. Why should the husband care? But like the face wash, shampoo, lotion, sitting on their bed and all this stuff. And he's like, it's very unhygienic to me. And I don't like that she was sitting on the bed that me and my wife share.
Wow.
I am a very private person, he wrote. She also rummaged through our suitcase looking for a hair tie and really irked me that she did without asking me. I don't like the thought of her looking through our stuff when we're gone. So I ended up locking the suitcase.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
The moments that this user called the final straw is when he realized that the mother-in-law was using his and his wife's toothpaste. Just not even the toothbrush. Chill out, bro.
Yeah,
Which he claimed made him feel ill.
Come on. You use toothpaste. What are you, school buddy?
Toothbrush is different,
Yeah,
right?
that's
That's
different.
when you get grossed
Yeah.
out. He's like, I don't like the thought of her putting her toothbrush close to or even on the toothpaste nozzle that I used.
And then sitting on the bed, you're.
So I asked my mother-in-law if the only reason she came out was to freeload off of me and my wife.
Oh, I sure I know her well.
And she didn't pay for any of the hotel expenses, amenities, only her own plane ticket.
Oh, what a cheap bitch.
I said that I've asked her politely several times to stop using my wife's stuff, and that's not your place
That's
to
not
say.
your place, your wife.
That's your mom.
Yeah,
That's not your place.
Yeah, but it's her stuff.
Yeah, but
well,
no.
then let the wife speak up. If
Yeah, that's
she
right.
cares.
She said, Mom, stay away from my Tommy
See,
John.
I think we're all going to be on the same page. This guy sounds like a. He
sounds like
especially because I share it with her, and it's very inappropriate.
Whatever.
According to the user, his mother-in-law told his wife about the incident, and she in turn screamed at him, the wife, right? At the time, he noted he felt very angry because he paid for the trip with his own money, and now the trip was ruined because she sat on their bed and used their toothpaste.
This guy sounds like a real...
So he even changed the date on his plane ticket and went straight home. Went home before all of that.
And left a kid and the wife?
My wife called me several times afterwards. Yeah. I mean, they're adults. Like, I'd be like, peace out, dude. Screaming at me, saying that our daughter is upset.
Yeah.
So he finished the post noting that his wife had her own bank card and could pay for herself to either get home or stay in Italy. He also added that he had been ignoring his wife's calls to take some time for his own mental health.
Yeah, he sounds like a whack job.
He said, I feel bad that our daughter was caught in the situation, but it was really not acceptable that my mother-in-law, what she did, and I had to set some boundaries before it got worse.
Yeah, that sounds like...
Am I the a-hole?
Yes.
Community immediately declared that, yes, he in fact indeed was the a-hole.
God.
How long was the trip?
Did I say it in the beginning?
I don't recall you mentioning
know.
it.
I would guess a week.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't think it said.
Because they went to Venice. You can't go for 2 days.
Yeah, you would probably take a week. I mean, they're just one
Right.
city. A week would be good.
Let's say it wouldn't be a short one, but
It's like 2 days of travel.
I mean, it's common sense. If you go away with somebody's parents, or it might be a little crowded, one room. If that was a problem, he should have got her own room and been a baller and say, "Here, Ma, you stay in your room, and we'll stay here." And that's it.
But he had unrealistic expectations, right? And that's the thing is that you should have made it a point before you went on this trip what your boundaries are. I don't think that he, in fact, let them know what he expected out of both his wife and his mother-in-law. And it's just like, if your wife books the wrong hotel room, then your solution, which it was because she's the one who booked one room, then hey, how about you say, you know what, can we do 2 rooms instead? Like there were certain things you could have done.
Maybe money was an issue.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it because he ended up booking a more expensive trip on the way out to get out of there earlier. And he said that he left his wife with her own debit card to find her way back.
Yeah, he
so
sounds
it's like that also sounds weird. Like, was it a one-way ticket? I'm confused by this.
He sounds like a DB. He definitely does.
Yeah, but this was his wife's dream vacation. It wasn't his dream vacation. That's what it started in the beginning, right?
Yeah. And then the mother-in-law said, I want to go too. And if he didn't want her to go, he should have said in the beginning. He should have said, you know what, I don't want your mom to come. And
Doesn't sound like he had a choice in that matter.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I will defend him on.
Yeah.
I don't think he didn't have a choice.
I mean, you always have a
wife-
choice. You guys are going to fight, but you always do have a choice. Your wife's going to be pissed at you if you're like, you know what, I don't want your mom to come.
But then if she tells the mom, like, he doesn't want her to come, then how's their future going to be? Like, I'm cool with you coming, but he says no,
But
then
this
you look terrible.
I know you do look terrible, but I think the only way around it, like, this is supposed to be a romantic vacation. But then she's going to be like, well, you're bringing your kid with you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, they kind of had a built-in babysitter with mom, too. They wanted to do stuff.
And the daughter knows the husband. She could have said to the mom, like, come on, I just want to let you know he's very brutal with stuff.
Which sounds like, right? She should know.
Yeah, she should know. And be like, he gets very, like, weird with things.
Yeah.
So I just want to tell you going in that, it's a situation. I think anytime family members are involved and you go away, I think it's a little odd. Like, I was never comfortable with it. Once or twice I did it in my life, and I wasn't even comfortable sleeping at a house one time. And it was at a shore home with this girl I was dating. We were in our 30s, and it was our parents' house, and we went there for the weekend. And her mother said, I thought like it's something very awkward to us. And I was just like, And I don't get, like, I actually got like red. She's like, if you guys, have sex, we don't care. And I was like, okay, great. I go, is Rangers on? I walked out of the room. I remember. I was like, your mom's a little whack.
I've shared rooms with my in-laws. I've shared room. My mom and my husband and my sister. We've shared rooms. It doesn't because when we know what situation we're going to be in, and his grievances are just so ridiculous. The fact that sharing the toothpaste basically gives him cooties. He said the mother-in-law sitting on their bed was unhygienic.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, unless she just got out of the shower or something. I mean,
then she's
it's still, well, or getting ready for the shower. I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's probably some details there that might make a little bit of a difference. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want somebody rummaging through my stuff either. I mean, I think there's some legitimate things on both sides, mostly on mother-in-law and the wife side of it. I think he did overreact a little bit there, but there are some things that I wouldn't condemn him for. Toothpaste next to it. That's kind of silly. I think that's a little bit much.
Agree with
but,
I agree with Franny.
But it was their trip. Now, if there was an option,
it was all of their trip, I guess, because he decided, right?
If it was their option in the beginning to get different rooms or something like that, then I agree that's the solution to this problem. I can understand where he wouldn't. He feels a little cramped there with mom in the same room with them and everything like that. I would prefer that too if I was in that same situation.
And it's just, it's just super unfortunate with the whole thing and the fact that not only, and why does he even care that his mother-in-law is sharing his wife's face wash and shampoo? It's his wife's. Like, that's so dumb.
Yeah,
and
that is true.
That is. And not
that's
just,
on there.
And also, his communication skills clearly suck, right? I mean, yes, he told the mother-in-law. He snapped at the mother-in-law before he told his wife he was annoyed by it. But not just that, the fact that he went home, ignored his wife's phone calls.
That sucks.
While she's in a different country.
Yeah.
To save his mental health, but not caring about your wife and your child's.
Yeah. He's gonna end up. He might end up divorced.
Yeah.
His next trip, he might be alone. Not great. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna side with him. That's not a good thing. And he's acting brutal. The toothpaste, come on. 877-927-6969.
So I do have to let you know. So this gained traction. Reddit receiving over, 650 replies, probably more at this point. The original poster, because I read you all the details. So, I mean, if he wanted to make himself look good, he probably would have put in more stuff on that. Okay. But, of course, he had a lot of critics, and he did. He's thanked them for the advice and noting that he realized his mistakes. He said, I'm taking tonight to write a sincere apology. And I will be calling my wife. So he still hasn't even called his wife. He's still there. I will be calling my wife first thing in the morning tomorrow. Thank you again. I love her more than anything, and I want to make amends.
Oh, well, that's
so
smart.
The only reason why he's calling his wife is because a bunch of people told him that he's the a-hole.
Well, obviously he didn't know it. He acted that way. It's crazy.
Well, maybe some people pointed out things that he didn't necessarily realize. But I mean, he's still a jerk. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I think he went way overboard. He had a couple legitimate points, but way overboard.
And to leave her.
And you don't leave.
Yeah, you don't leave.
That's
the
your
one
child,
thing.
your 5-year-old child.
That's terrible.
You bite your lip and you deal with it. And then when you get home, and then in the future, you make sure that either mom has her own place or she doesn't go.
Or how about this? Instead of leaving, why didn't you spend that money and go get your own room?
Yeah.
If you wanted your space.
Yeah, get your own room. I was going to say that earlier.
Yeah.
Then if he had the money, he should have just said, look, I'm going to go bunk and the rest, wherever the hell they were. He's a little selfish. All right. Well, he's not. Is he from Florida? We don't think so. We got some Florida stories coming up. Any cocaine on the beach?
No cocaine on the beach.
No,
but
I'm looking
sorry.
every day.
I'm sorry. We do have creepy voyeurism. I hate reading these things. Plus, besides the metal detectors, what are Palm Beach County District Schools going to be rolling out? Another kind of detector that will be out there. And a Florida woman finds a message in a bottle from 1945.
This thing's pretty cool.
Yep. I will give you those details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
Got something to say? Text us at 47142. Start your message with Real Radio. Standard data and message rates apply, and don't text while driving.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to give you $1,000 and send you to Vegas, baby. We're giving you a round-trip airfare to Las Vegas, a 2-night hotel stay, and we'll give you 2 tickets to both nights of our iHeartRadio Music Festival. And oh yeah, $1,000 too. Listen for the keywords to text every weekday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for an accident on the eastbound Southern Boulevard, blocking the left lane at Military Trail. Keep in mind 6th Avenue South is shut down due to construction, Grove Street to Congress Avenue. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your Social Security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yep.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Should I be supporting my brain health?
There's a way to support your overall brain health, including memory, and it's called Nariva. Nariva Brain Health supplements have clinically tested ingredients that can support up to 7 indicators of brain health, including memory. Look for Nariva at Walmart today and feel the difference. Also try Nariva Ultra with clinically tested cognitive and feel mentally alert. Available at Walmart. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
High five! Up top! Heck yeah!
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed!
5 years of advanced security.
Security win!
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited!
Yep. Dave's feeling it, but it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, are you having a good time?
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
S12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have hot and humid conditions again today. A heat advisory in effect for Palm Beach County until 6 p.m. this evening. Fewer showers than we saw yesterday. Again, if we do see any isolated showers, most of them will be pinned west of I-95. Do keep the umbrella at the ready just in case we do have that one or two pop up to the east of 95.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good week. We're going to get through the whole week with you and keep you on the rails. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Of course, Francis is here.
Hey.
I have a big lunch this afternoon at Breakers, and I was hoping there was some drugs on the beach.
La la.
You
were hoping, huh?
I could bump into them. I'm like, my God, is there any coke on the beach? We got any Florida stories? What's happening?
Florida.
Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
All righty. Well, let's start with a perv. Sawgrass Mills. There is a suspect that happened. This happened at the Fort Lauderdale Target over there. Sawgrass fitness trainer and an influencer named Ken Constantine has been accused of recording two women in the changing room at Sawgrass Mills. It's also suspected of doing the same thing to a woman in Fort Lauderdale, according to the arrest warrants. Constantine was initially arrested this past Thursday on 2 video voyeurism charges in connection with an incident that happened July 29th at the H&M store over there at Sawgrass Mills. According to the warrants, they said that there was a third voyeurism charge. Fort Lauderdale police have accused him of recording a woman in a fitting room at a Target. They said that the victim was trying on bathing suits when she noticed a cell phone. So he wasn't even being slick about it. Nothing. A cell phone that was placed under the door recording her undressing.
Jeez.
Yep. Police say she yelled after seeing the phone, "Are you effing kidding me?" They heard on the recording. Of course. The warrants state that she ran out, confronted him, who denied doing anything. But then he, of course, ran out of the store. A security prepared to contact 911. They said that he did get out of jail this past Friday. His case is not listed yet, the Broward Clerks of County Records, as of Monday. And they're saying anyone with additional information thinking that you may have been a victim of this perv is asked to call Broward Crime Stoppers. I wish we could plaster his face everywhere.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Then, I was letting you know, I know the kids in Palm Beach County schools, they have been dealing with, and they were doing with a few of their schools, like testing out, seeing how it would go. Yep. And this year it is everywhere, and that's the metal detectors.
Right.
And I did hear from some parents saying, because people were just like, the lines, the pick up and drop off lines are really, really crazy. And some people said that wasn't the issue. It's, yes, some were long and it may have been due to accidents or whatever it was, but they said that the metal detector lines were so long because not every school in Palm Beach County had them, and now that they do. So they're still kind of trying to get used to them. I was watching the news and they said that mornings, they said that today was a little bit better. So it's just something you have to get used to. But another thing that they're going to have to get used to are vape detectors. They said that the district did not disclose which schools they're first going to be installed in. But we're looking at all Palm Beach County. They said that this new pilot program is obviously aimed to reduce vaping. Back in our day, people used to go to the bathroom and just smoke cigarettes. Yeah. Now they go to the bathroom and smoke vapes. Yeah.
The metal detectors don't pick them up, or are you talking about the fact that there are some schools that don't have the metal detectors
Palm Beach
yet?
County schools all do, I believe now.
So, okay.
Because they had that pilot test, and that was a while, and I think this year everybody has a metal detector. in Palm Beach County schools.
The one thing, kind of backtracking just a touch with the metal detectors, is I could see like they have a lot of things that have metal on them. I'm sure, between even just the pencils with a little bit of metal, pens, anything like that.
I don't think anything like that really gets picked up by metal detectors, because when you go through a metal detector, and I know the only thing that they've had, even my watch doesn't really go off when I go through a metal detector. So I don't know if something that small, right? Like the metal in a pencil. But I know that, right, they probably make you put all your stuff like you do at the airport.
Well, notebooks, anything like that. They have all the little metal spirals on there. I don't know if it's just, it has to go through separate.
Yeah.
Just like an airport or something like that, right? That's got to go through a different way. So my point is, it really slows it down. I can see where that would be an issue with slowing things down.
And that's what they're saying. But no, they said that it's not just the physical security that we're looking at. They said we're looking at the well-being of the students. They said this project is going to kick off this year. They said it's a small pilot project that they're going to be involved to reduce the vaping incidents in our schools here in Palm Beach County. So they said that the detectors will alert school administrators that someone is vaping in the restrooms. It's like a smoke detector is what it's going to be. So they're going to be placed in restrooms because that's where all the kids still go, right?
Well, again, they got to hide out someplace.
Yep, because of course there's no cameras in the bathroom. Can't do that.
No.
But there are cameras in the hallways, so sometimes you can roll back the video and see who's going in and out of the restrooms and dig a little deeper. But this one will be actually better because they said that they're not going to tell the kids what schools are going to be installed in. And of course, they have not disclosed which schools will be the first to install the vape detectors. But yeah, listen up, kiddos. I know you can't because you're in school right now. And
they're listening. I heard that.
And then, there is a message in a bottle, storm surge from Hurricane Debbie, which I know happened a while ago, but this is making its rounds. Washed a lot of debris ashore, including a bunch of cocaine, as G-Man mentioned. Among what they call trash, and I don't like to call this trash, a woman found what could be a piece of history. It's about 80 years old, nearly 80 years old. Communities like Safe Harbor had this storm surge, and they said that a local woman found, her name is Suzanne Smith, says she was walking Bayshore Boulevard when she noticed how much trash there was. So she was like, there's so much plastic. I'm like, okay, this is driving me crazy. So she usually keeps a trash bag and glove in her car like that. And she decided to make herself useful, which was nice. On her third bag, she was filling up. So she started just cleaning up the beaches, right? She was like, I noticed a glass bottle. And you could see that there was writing. There was the note and the scripture. I was like, oh, my goodness. I think I just found a message in a bottle. So she's like, this was an ordinary litter. And she kept it safe, took it home to crack it open in front of her family. There were contents in the bottle. There was sand, a few shells, a bullet casing. And she said something that looked like a mini cannonball. She said, but the real prize was a note inside, cursive ink etched on old piece of paper. Most of the words faded by the sun and time. And it said, Dear Lee, received your letter yesterday. Was glad to hear from you. What she can make out seems like a message from someone named Chris to a friend named Lee. Says, I'm going to school again. Radio school, it reads. What's unmistakable is the date, 3/4/45, etched next to a U.S. Navy letterhead.
Wow.
They said from the amphibious training base in Little Creek, Virginia. So cool. She said it appeared to be Navy military to a friend of some sort because it mentioned how he wants to see him soon and stuff like that. More than 800 miles away from Safety Harbor, Florida, that same naval base still stands, right? So that's pretty cool. She got it. She said they were talking about it, and I don't know, because of her discovery, of course she told the news. She said they're looking into the letter to see if they can determine the authenticity and the author of it, and who knows where it will end up, in a museum or something like that. But super cool find. But this woman who was just doing something really nice for the environment and picking up trash that she saw on the beach.
That's nice.
Yep. And that is your Weather Florida.
Great job, Francis. You are always at 10. We do it 11:05, 105. You guys get all the nonsense out there, and we give it back to you. Did either one of you know that if you get caught having sex on a plane, you get on the no-fly list for life?
Not me. What?
No. Did you?
No.
Yeah, did you know?
Because as many times as we talk about the Mile High Club, I've never heard of that happening.
Yeah, there was a story, I guess there was this woman who got, she was not allowed to get on the plane because she said she was caught
having sex on a plane, and she said there's no way.
She's a lesbian.
She's a lesbian.
Well, no, that's the thing. No, they said that she was banned because she got busted having sex with a dude on the plane.
And she said, I'm a lesbian.
And she was on her way. So if you don't know stories, she was on her way to a bachelorette party, I believe, or for her sister.
Yeah.
And she's trying to hop, and it was a certain airline. I have to find the story.
I take American Airlines.
And they were like, so it wasn't, I think it was specifically American Airlines saying that she couldn't. It wasn't no fly in general.
No, yeah. Just when you get caught, it's just like if you get caught on JetBlue, you can't fly JetBlue. It's not across all the airlines, obviously.
Yes.
Just the one you get caught. there is
a no-fly list.
Yes, there is.
You can't get on any airline.
That's like TSA. That's like, just a
But that's more for something.
terror.
Yeah.
Type of thing, right.
Disturbance, something huge, something like this.
But yeah, she revealed that American Airlines banned her from flying with the airline for life. She said, I got permanently banned for having sexual relations with a man on a plane, even though I am a lesbian, she wrote. She never has had sexual relations with a man. She claims that she was trying to go to a flight to New Orleans for her sister's bachelorette party, and the gate agent looks nervous. She's like, ma'am, I'm really sorry to tell you, but you've actually been banned from flying American Airlines. She's like, what? I've never done anything. And she said as much as she begged the gate agent to explain the reasoning, the agent resisted. And they were like, I'm really sorry, but it's an issue with internal security. So not even the agent at the gate could tell her, right? So she's like, I can't tell you, but the person on the phone told me that you should know why. So frustrated, confused, she said that she had to cough up another $1,000 for a new flight on another airline.
Different airline.
Yeah.
So is this sounds like it's just a matter of like wrong name, misidentification?
I guess, yeah, probably maybe the same names, right? Same name, different person. And she said that she quickly booked that $1,000 trip, ended up there, but still, I mean, the flight, she's waiting for a $400 refund, which she did eventually get, but she was like, I got to get this cleared up. So she said it took 12 days waiting, no refund. She notified that she was banned from the airline due to alleged sexual activities with a man inside of the bathroom. But she said it took them forever to communicate, get back to her. She said she sent email after email. And they just kind of took their sweet ass time to figure this out. And they finally did. And they realized that she's no longer banned. It was a mistake. And they did give her back a refund, too.
So we got a solution to it. Okay.
But what an inconvenience.
Yeah.
But I heard Elvis Duran this morning talking about this, too, on Y100. And, just what an inconvenience for the woman, obviously, and what she had to go through. And then at the gate, we always talk about these things, even at stadiums, when you hear people are kicked out for life. Did they really catch them? So what do you think happens in that? Something like the name pops up? Mm-hmm. Because obviously she purchased the ticket. That was fine.
You would think name and face. I mean, you would think, right?
Yeah.
Like there would be something.
Yeah, but when she purchased the ticket, didn't get kicked back.
True.
I mean, that thing, then you go to the gate and then something must come up and be like your name.
So purchasing the ticket doesn't
kick you out,
set off a red flag, but getting a boarding pass does.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
yeah. I guess when she was trying to get on the plane is when
she even made. Yeah, I mean, she was right there at the gate.
She was at the gate.
So even went through TSA and now with TSA, they don't even look at your ticket; they just get your identification and take your picture.
Yeah,
so you would think at that time too, they would have had something flagging her.
Somewhere else there would have been.
Well, the thing with TSA is
they're separate from the airline.
I was going to say
that.
I
understand that.
And TSA also, the airlines is the airline. So if she was going to JetBlue, she would have been fine.
Of course, but that's what I'm saying. But you don't think somewhere, some way, it's not flagged saying that even, I'm not saying through TSA or whatever, but American Airlines, like she had a ticket to American Airlines that they wouldn't have any information saying that she was banned from them.
But booking the flight, you would think somewhere there
that
would have thrown some sort of red flag up.
Yeah, you would think it was. I mean, what an inconvenience for her.
And that's what she even responded. She was just like, this reveal. She has no clue how the flight booking even went through.
Yeah.
Right? If she was banned. So she even says that. And they're like, file a complaint. So she came back to say, despite the confusion, she updated her followers because, of course, this was a TikTok video. It says, when they called me, they were taking me off the no-fly list. They said, I hope this wasn't too much of an inconvenience. She was like, oh, you mean the last 3 months of communication, missing my flight, getting my lawyer involved, and having to email 3 directors at American Airlines to get customer relations to respond to me? Yeah, you're right. No inconvenience here.
They should really do something for her and give her a free flight someplace domestically, I think, to show good faith for the inconvenience. Something that, obviously was a mistake. I'm not saying she should get any money or anything like that, but they should say within a year you could travel someplace on us.
At least the $1,000 she shelled out for the other flight.
Yeah, exactly right.
But she did get the refund for that ticket, so she already got that back, which is good. But she should at least get that back.
She plans on taking action against him, she said. And I mean, now that this is out, this came out yesterday. I mean, this is New York Post that I'm reading this, so this is national story. And you know, anytime you put anybody on blast like this, whether it's on TikTok or New York Post, they'll probably do something.
Yeah, for public relations, the company, they got gazillion dollars. Give her a free flight someplace. So she walks away, and then it sucked. Because you're going someplace, it's a big inconvenience. Obviously, you're missing could have missed a family thing. And I'm sure she was like, totally like, what are you talking about? I'm a lesbian. You know what I mean? That's even icing on the cake. But yeah, things like that.
And clearly, there's no discrepancy in that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the airline is even saying it's a mistake that it wasn't like for whatever reason. I'd like to know what that is too.
Well, I would want to know, like, how'd my name when was it filed?
Yeah, when did that happen? Who, was it just a matter of the same name or what?
Somewhere there was a mistake, obviously, that's been on there, and she didn't realize till you went there. Until she went. And I would ask them, when was this filed?
And you would think that the airline would want to know, too, so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, and you would...
And if there is somebody that should be not, on their list or their no-fly list for that airline, they would want to get that squared away so that the actual person that they're supposed to be punishing gets punished.
Yep, without a doubt. But again, it's mistakes happen like this, and it sucks if you're in that situation. Because you're like, you feel helpless. You know what I mean? When you're like that, you can't get out. You're like, what am I going to do? And luckily, another thing, she's lucky she had the ability and the money to get on another flight.
Because a lot of people wouldn't have that ability.
Yeah, $1,000. You got to, a lot of people, I can't get on a plane. I'm done. I mean, who's got another dime to go out there and lay? It's crazy. 877-927-6969. Has anything ever happened like this to you? Where you were like crazy situation where you're like, my God, how is this possible happening? One of my friends got kicked out of a casino, Caesars, one time. They told him he was on the list. He wasn't on the list. They didn't want to hear it. They threw him out, and they didn't care. They were like, sorry, you're on the list.
I'm sorry, G-Man.
No, he couldn't get it corrected. So it happens, and it sucks. I also would, one thing, I would want to know the date they put it. Like, when was this claim? Because I'd be like, I wouldn't even fly that day.
Well, and that's the thing, right? I mean, you can look at that and see, right?
Yeah,
but you could see, I was not there that day. I was not on the airplane. I don't know how that happens. I mean, we know
mistakes
errors happen all the time. Clerical errors happen all the time. Even if it is maybe somebody with the same name, and somehow there was some kind of confusion there.
But that's where you have, date of birth that gets attached to it, and a middle name that gets attached to it, so that you can properly identify the person that should be on the no-fly list and something like this.
Yeah, so somebody texts 47142. It says, what if she booked the flight before the actual woman got bans for sexual activity? That could be why it didn't show up when she purchased the ticket. That's a possibility, right? Like if she purchased her tickets to New Orleans and then that person with her name, whoever got banned, happened after she purchased the ticket.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't get flagged.
It's still that's a heck of a coincidence.
I was going to say, because most people book flights within a month.
But again, there should be more than just a first and last name. Maybe a date of birth or something like that. I mean, that all can't match.
But it is a possibility.
Yeah.
It is a possibility that somebody with the same name, and doesn't have to say whatever it is, she booked her flight, somebody with the same name gets popped for having sex in a bathroom, and they get banned after she booked her flight. And a lot of people book their flight. You said a month, 3 months in advance. I mean,
it's possible, but I'm going to go, that's very much a coincidence that name again matched. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden it's on a new, I mean, again, it sucks for her. But I think American Airlines, I'm not flying with them ever again until they give her money back, Jimmy.
And then
they gotta.
And then am I the a-hole situation about the guy who went to Venice with his wife and his mother-in-law and his daughter, and then he left because the mother-in-law sat on their bed and used their toothpaste.
Oh, don't do it!
I wonder if she broke wind.
But it says overall, he's the a-hole. But I'm not sharing toothpaste with anyone. I'm not kissing. I've never seen anyone apply toothpaste to a toothbrush without the nozzle touching the toothbrush. So there you go. That's from Sarah B. So maybe that's why.
So Sarah B, she gets mad if you use her toothpaste?
Don't touch, I guess so.
Really?
You would hate me, because if I forget my toothpaste, I'm using yours.
I mean, that's just a common thing. Like, if you're with somebody and you forget your toothpaste, I always bring an extra brush or something. I'm like, here, but I want you to deduct it from the, when I'm paying you.
because I gotta get, I gotta get
That's
the
nothing
money.
to do with the toothbrush, but the toothpaste. You don't mind sharing toothpaste, right?
No,
Okay.
and I also bring a toothbrush, an extra one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the one that says Greek with the diamond, that's mine. This is yours. Happy holidays.
Well, it's usually pretty self-explanatory. yeah. Hurry up, ladies.
Hurry up! Oh my God! If you ever been on a list where you couldn't get in someplace, let us know. People flip out if they can't get in like restaurants or clubs or certain things like that. They kicked out. And cigar bars. I know a buddy of mine got kicked out of a cigar bar. He tried for like a year to get back. I mean, he begged them.
And they're like, nope.
And he said, what he did, Jimmy, you're going to love this story. They had, it just hit into my mind, they had a back room that you could rent, okay? And so what he did during the day, he had a business meeting, didn't ask anybody, and he went in there, like he set up a little office, like 2-3 people had a meeting, and the guy just walked in. He goes, what are you doing? He goes, I'm having a meeting. He goes, you can't come back here and, do this. He goes, I've been doing it for like a week. And he was using the place for like his office. Wow. And nobody then kicked him out.
So just patron, some guy that just goes into the cigar bar,
and then,
knows that there's a back room.
Yeah, that they rent. They rent all the time. That you can either have parties or watch games or stuff like that. And he set up like a little office but he was honest. He goes, I've been doing it for like a week.
What does he think he's you? Do you think he's the Greek?
He got kicked out.
Was he at least like purchasing anything or no? I mean, like, was he at least being a patron, not just using their space? Was he purchasing drinks, cigars? Was he doing anything?
He would get like a coffee and he was sitting there and then like.
So not enough.
And one of the girls said like nobody asked because like one day there was 3 people, then there was next day was 5 and they would all walk by and everybody assumed,
It's kind of on the establishment, too, for just letting him go back there and watching him do it.
Well, when you
true, too.
Right?
What's wrong with your employees?
Yeah.
When you walk into this place, you can walk to the back that's open to the public, and to the left is a door.
Okay.
So, it's a big place, but I'm just saying, but it was just thought of me, and he got kicked out. And for like every 3 months, he would try to go back, like, come on, I made a mistake. And the guy's like, no, get out. He goes, I opened the door. He goes, there's like 6 people in there having a meeting. He goes, I'm like, who the hell are you? But I thought that I killed me. I love that kid too.
And now he's banned, huh?
He's still pissed. He's like, I saw like a month ago. I haven't seen him for 6 months. He was Greek. You should talk to him. I'm like, dude, I can't talk to him. And what you did was wrong. He goes, when I was honest, I told him I was in there all week. I said, but you
because he didn't realize what he did was wrong. That's why he was so honest.
I didn't cheat on you once, honey. I cheated on you for a whole year. See, it's not that bad.
Make it better. 47142. I used to work at the airport, and it's not rare that the airline would let you book until we can confirm it's actually the person, I guess, there. And then we have Sarah again says, I save the sample sizes, the ones from the dentist, and let people, I'm not kissing, use that one. I guess the toothpaste we have there. Then we have Aaron Rodgers. Oh, you were talking about Aaron Rodgers. G-Man.
Yeah.
Says Aaron Rodgers and his family's, it went away. Aaron Rodgers and his family relationship. I always hear Greek talk about when people have issues with family, it's not good. We all know that you should respect your family and parents in most circumstances. Some people have family members that are simply jerks, right?
It's
Those
too
people,
sad.
regardless of family relationship, don't deserve anything emotionally from you. My dad is going to be 79 this year and was great dad growing up. After my teenage years, he turned into a real jerk. What are you going to do? Yep. I mean, every situation is different, right?
Yep.
When it comes to family.
There's always 2 sides to every story. And what I'm saying is when you're in the limelight and, everybody's talking about it, I don't just think it's a great image for you. And I feel like sometimes you have to come out and defend yourselves, and sometimes you don't, because if you don't answer it, the story does go away. That's the whole thing. And I think when it's your mom and dad in this situation, and what happened was, I guess, they saw every one of his games in college and high school, and it got real messy. And his brother, he didn't talk to for years, and I think his brother was on The Bachelor. He ended up being on Bachelor. So it just sucks. I mean, I think anytime, your family's your most important thing. It should be. And then you have your friends, obviously, but your family's your blood. And if you don't talk to them, you only have one life, and you don't come back. So enjoy them while you can, because I lost somebody like many people, and it sucks. It really does. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We'll be back with a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I'm down to share my body with science, and you could play around with my body after I die, poke me with a stick or whatever. I don't mind.
Ooh, I just heard from science. They said no go, dog.
It's a no from science?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for an accident on eastbound Southern Boulevard blocking the left lane at Military Trail. Keep in mind 6th Avenue South is shut down due to construction Grove Street to Congress Avenue. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace!
Another insurance story from...
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Shh. Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Shh. Get up to 25 on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah!
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woo-hoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep. Dave's feeling it, but it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it, so your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets StormSmart. Since 1996, StormSmart has simplified the process of protecting your home while increasing its living space and beauty. Because smart is easy. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes. Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
A violent crime is committed every 24 seconds. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association exists to provide you with firearms education, training, and access to self-defense liability insurance, so when trouble comes, you'll be ready. Over 800,000 Americans trust the USCCA, and right now, there's an exclusive, limited-time offer for radio listeners. Go to defendfamily.com to get a free family defense guide, a survival secrets training video from a retired FBI agent, and see all the benefits of membership. Go to defendfamily.com now.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Car accident? Call Smith Ball Baez and Prather at 500-HELP. Help is just a local phone call away.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. North Carolina soccer will see a change in head coach after 45 seasons under Anson Dorrance. His 21 NCAA championships are the most ever by a head coach in any D1 sport, but his term hasn't been without controversy, including settlements with former players who accused him of sexual harassment and a mass departure after last season, with 21 players leaving, 9 transferring, and 11 turning pro. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture X card from Capital One, you earn unlimited 2x miles on everything you buy. Plus, get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Radio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics, brought so many memorable moments.
What Captain America put the country on his back.
And you heard it on iHeartRadio. Relive all the amazing moments and stories of the 2024 Paris Olympics on 3 epic podcasts: The Podium, In the Village, and 2 Guys, 5 Rings. Open the free iHeart app, search Olympics, and start listening now.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
Real Radio 92.1. We are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. I hope you're having a great day. Man, you want to talk about a pool day or a beach day? It is today. Get out there and shake your ass and get a tan. So somebody will pay your rent tonight. Jimmy's in the house.
I have my thong on.
I'm ready. Let's do this. I haven't got some sun in a long time.
Let's go.
You're welcome to, both you guys are welcome to come and lunch with me today at 4:30. If you're free. If you're not, I understand.
I'm not. I'm here.
Okay.
And,
how about 5 o'clock?
And
well, ask your boss.
I was looking for sun, not one. I wanted some sun.
Well, then you could just leave and go by the beach. I can't give you everything. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Brandon, what's wrong with you?
I'm just saying.
All right.
I just threw it out there. You can just say,
thank you for the offer.
I could take a rain check.
Thank you. I'll take a rain check.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thank you.
Wow, now I can get a pedicure in peace. Let's do a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
The Yankees lost last night. It was one of the biggest upsets of the season. They were 3-1 favorites. That means you had to put up $300 to win $100 on Hard Rock. It was crazy. And they got beat by the White Sox, the worst team in baseball. They got smacked. Unbelievable. Not a good game. Most of my friends are Yankee fans. They were texting me all night. They get so upset about one game and no money on it, but they're real fans. But the White Sox are the worst team in baseball. And let's not forget, the Yankees, I believe, are tied for the best record in baseball. So it's one night, guys. Cool your jets. AP poll came out. No surprise. Georgia's number 1. Ohio State is 2. Oregon's 3. Texas is 4. Alabama's 5. Texas, though, huge problem last week. They lost their star running back. He's out for the season. Tariq Hill was talking after practice, and Tariq loves the microphone. He just does. He said he's a better player than Patrick Mahomes. I don't think most people believe that, but that's what he says. I believe Tariq has 1 Super Bowl ring. Patrick Mahomes has 3 and has been in 4. He also said the fastest man in the world who just won a gold medal, he could beat him in a race. He goes, bring him down here. I'll race him. And maybe Tariq can beat him. I don't know. A lot of good things are happening for the Dolphins. Let's see what happens this season. I know the fans are very jacked up, and they have another preseason game this Saturday night. And that is your Greeks Trifecta for lunchtime. Peace.
Well, this is not a subject that we haven't talked about in the past, but actors that are hard to work with or some actors that are just plain jerks. And there's another list out there that I thought we'd go over. A couple of these we have heard before, but I got a doozy of a story at the end that we'll finish it with. But this list was, again, up on BuzzFeed, and we saw some of these and some people. And this is from direct people that worked on sets with them too. Okay. So this isn't just like I saw them at out to dinner and they wouldn't take a picture with me. So this first one was James Corden. We've heard about him in the past. I worked on a TV set with James Corden, and he is an absolute jackass. Not the funny, happy-go-lucky guy that we see on TV every day.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people. A lot of people saying that.
And he had the problem in the restaurant in New York. I mean, a lot of people are saying that.
Yep. Blake Lively was another one. Most entitled, snobbiest, and rudest person to deal with through tantrums constantly.
Wow, because we always hear what a doll she is these days. Interesting.
Here's one that surprised me. Again, I hear him on a podcast, and he seems like a really super nice guy. But apparently, my friend has worked with Dr. Phil for years. He has a no eye contact rule and is a...
I don't know him, so I can't say.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's the first time I've ever heard anything bad about him. It's the one that gets me, and it'll come up again here in somebody else too, is the no eye contact.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, which we've heard others do. It wasn't Mariah. Didn't somebody say that about her too one time?
And then we had Brady on with us, and he said that about Leo. Remember?
Oh, is that it? Okay.
And the FBI
okay, maybe
movie?
that's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he said you couldn't look at him, he wouldn't look at you.
Right. Another person wrote in, I used to work in the film and TV industry. Tyra Banks legitimately will fire some people if they look her in the eye when passing her in the hallway. Another one with the eye contact. Mostly interns, too. Another person wrote, I got hired to do a Netflix original film with Chris Pine. Was a massive douchebag. All the crew were completely fed up with him. Again, not a person that I would have expected to hear that
interesting.
about. This one we have heard more than one person said Steven Seagal was a grade A douchebag. For some reason, he's got a reputation for that. Here's another one that I think we talked about the last time we brought up this subject. I was a production assistant on the films I worked on with Scarlett Johansson. She was very high maintenance. She kept demanding extra things left and right, and it was a miserable experience for most of the PAs on set.
Wow. She seems like, I don't know, she seems cool.
She's another one that I would, if I had to guess one way or the other without hearing any of this stuff, I would say good.
Is she the one that's married to the guy from Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
Or my mistake?
Yes,
He got injured during the Olympics, right? Something to it with his foot.
Toes?
Yeah.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Now, she was married before him, right? To somebody else?
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan, yeah. Yeah.
Ryan
Reynolds, yeah.
Wow.
My family member works in the industry. Ben Stiller and John Cusack have been described as very entitled and exactly what you would expect from them.
Oh, I love John Cusack.
Yeah. Even Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller seems
and
so
I like
cool.
Ben Stiller too, but John Cusack just seems like such a sweetheart.
From a friend who's a movie director, Russell Crowe is super arrogant and self-important. Go ahead, Franny.
I told you I thought, like, when I got to interview him, I was a little worried because we've heard about the drama about him, and he was very pleasant.
Super nice to you.
Very pleasant.
I remember watching that interview and even kind of helped see, the inside of, the backside of things there a little bit, and it wasn't that bad. And finally on this one, well, not finally because I got one more after it, William Shatner thinks he can be a jerk to anyone, and they'll just laugh at him for it, and they'll just laugh it off. But Shatner's one that I've never heard of, but this one tops the cake, and I've got a story that goes along with it. If I say the name Martin Cove, do you know that one, Franny? He's the guy that plays Kreese on The Karate Kid.
Okay.
And Cobra Kai.
Yep, got
okay,
it.
so
Okay.
now you can picture
Yep.
he's the bad
Blonde.
guy
Yep.
instructor. Yeah,
Yep.
the blonde-haired
Got
guy.
it.
Okay. So anyway, a PA, I'm assuming that's production assistant, had to pick him up at 9 a.m. sharp, but he stared at the kid through a locked glass door for an hour, laughing and reading the newspaper at him. He was fully dressed, ready to go, and he just kept on. He was like, he'd be reading, and he'd look up, and he'd laugh at the kid, because he knows that he's messing around with the kid, right?
Okay.
So, of course, now the PA supervisor is getting on the walkie-talkie with the kid and be like, what's going on? Get him down here. He's getting yelled at, all right? Meanwhile, Martin Cove is just, kind of laughing it up. The PA was in tears when he finally came out, terrified he'd already lost his job.
That sucks.
Now, unfortunately, the poor kid, the same one, was assigned to take him home after the shoot, whatever it was. I'm assuming Cobra Kai, right? Because that's what he's been doing most recently. Cove said he wanted to stop at McDonald's on his way home, and he was apologizing to the kid.
Okay.
He said, I'm buying. Sorry I was such a jerk this morning. I don't want, I don't know what got into me. Really, please stop. I'll buy you anything you want.
Okay.
All right. So they stop in
McDonald's,
and the kid's like, I really don't want anything. I just want to get done and over with on this. All right. So they go through McDonald's, and the kid's like, no, I really don't want anything. I really don't want anything. And he keeps egging him on. Come on, now let me get you something. I feel bad. So he gets a cookie. Goes through the drive-through, all said and done. Cove never got anything for himself, just a cookie. They're driving off. He's in the front of the car, or he's in the back of the car eating a cookie on the kid and laughing at him again.
Eating the kid's cookie?
Yep, eating the kid's cookie.
That
yep.
sucks.
As he pulled away,
Dick.
Cove ate the cookie while staring at the PA in the rearview mirror the entire way back to the hotel.
Wow.
That sucks.
Now that is grade A
We don't
a-hole.
we don't like him.
That's not cool.
No.
And, it's funny because that's
You know what? He plays a great mean guy.
Yep.
Great, so it makes sense.
Maybe he's not
acting.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's being himself.
and
He
that's
even has
where
a-hole face.
He looks like he would be a bully in school. I mean, that's probably why he got the role.
Well, and that's the role he played.
Yeah.
And, in both those times, I don't know, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. I can't think of him in any other role.
Me either.
Other than Karate Kid or Cobra Kai, obviously the same person in both.
He has been in other stuff, and I know
I'm
people
sure he
listening.
has.
I know people listening right now can absolutely tell us.
Yeah.
And the instructor, the guy who was teaching him, he seemed like always a DV too. Remember the instructor?
That's who we're talking about.
Oh, we're not talking
the
about
instructor.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the kid with the blonde hair who beat him up.
Well, he's Cove has kind of got blonde hair, dirty blonde hair.
Okay.
His instructor is the one that we're talking about here.
Wow, that sucks. Yeah, that's
And you're thinking about Johnny Lawrence. That's his character.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, that sucks.
William Zabka.
I mean, anytime you hear stories about celebrities, ball players, and they're not cool, there's always two sides, like we say. But our good friend Brady, my good buddy, when he was on the set with Leo, and he said that, he would not stare at him. And Clint Eastwood said to him, don't even say hi because he won't say hi to you. I can't see getting like that. Like, you can't look at me. I'm going to fire you. Like, that's sad. I mean, how the hell do you not look at somebody?
No eye contact.
Yeah.
I don't get it either. I don't.
I mean, like, you can't, how am I, like, you asked me to get a Coke. I'm there, I'm working. And you go, get me a Coke. What am I doing? Look down?
Some people just suck.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
I mean, I would be like, wow, dude.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I couldn't imagine. And then to that level. I mean, that's a level that's even beyond eye contact. When you intentionally do that over an hour, the kid was just sitting there nervous as hell. He's getting yelled at.
Sure.
And the actors inside there just laughing at him. I know I'm getting you in trouble.
That sucks.
Douchebag.
Nah, a lot of bad people in the world. And there's a lot of good people. There's more good people than bad.
This is true.
Jimmy Kimmel is not going to do the Oscars this year, 2025.
Speaking of douchebags,
I like Kimmel. I know he's at his door. I like him. But who the hell knows? You might meet him, and he might be friends.
I don't know. He may be all right. I have a feeling he's pretty cool in person.
You would think.
That's my guess.
Again, I'm on your boat. Like, I would think I'd be shocked. There are certain people that I've met that I thought were going to be really bad and were really nice, and there's a couple of people that I won't say that I thought were going to be super cool and weren't. So it's just one of those things. Jimmy Kimmel, though, he says he's not doing the Oscars. He doesn't want to put it on his plate this year. He said it's a lot more work than people realize. He's done it 4 times. Obviously, the Oscars wanted him back. They asked him, but he said no, 2025, he's not going to do it. So it's up in the air. Will they call Kevin Hart ever back to do the Oscars? I wonder if that'll ever happen. And if Kevin Hart would say yes, or would he be like, nah, had that whole issue, I'm done. So, Jimmy, what day is it today that is a day where maybe if you're not in this situation, you're getting a little juice?
Today is left-handers day. If you're left-handed, today is your day. Let's go out and celebrate. And somebody came up with a list of things that left-handers have a really hard time with. Why? Because they're just not designed for that, right? Like scissors are typically for right-handed people. Can openers are typically designed for right-handed people. And some people put up a list of saying some other things that are more geared pretty much typically for right-handed people, and left-handers get screwed on. Like zippers on jeans, right? They're always to the one side. Typically, the flap is on one side, and it's hard to.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
To maneuver? Huh.
Not for yourself, I don't think, but if somebody else is doing it, might be hard.
Actually, just the opposite.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier.
The flap covering the zipper is on the left, so it's nearly impossible to zip with your left hand.
Okay.
Credit card machines. I never thought much about this, but the swiper is always on the right. And if there's a pen, if there's a pen to it, in order to sign, it's usually tethered to the right-hand side of the machine.
That might save you money, though.
With today's day and age, most of them, you kind of just, it's...
What, they're like, screw it, I can't do it, I'm not going to take money out?
Yeah.
Damn it. I guess I'm not taking money out of the ATM today. This damn left hand is mine.
I'm just saying, you might save your money. You never know.
Measuring cups. If you hold one with your left hand, you're stuck measuring in milliliters instead of ounces. Car fobs, the kind with a key that opens like a knife. The button is always set up for righties. Lefties have to open them up upside down. These are things that left-handers are bitching about. Microwaves. If you push the button to open it with your left hand, the door hits your arm. Some of these are pretty ridiculous. Rulers and tape measures. Now, this one is legit. If you use a tape measure left-handed, the numbers are upside down, which is true. Power tools like chop saws, the handle you pull down on is on the right. If you want to use it lefty, you have to cross your arms and reach across the blade. This is not safe. These are people bitching about things that lefties have to put up with. Novelty coffee cups. If there's only printing on one side, it faces out for righties. For lefties, it faces on the inside, so it looks blank. Because these are real problems, people. I mean, this is like stuff the Greek has to go through. Playing cards. A lot of them only have numbers in two of the corners, right?
Okay.
So when you're holding on to them, they're you don't see them as easy.
Oh.
I mean, there's
That's a big problem.
tough problems,
huge.
right?
I mean, come on.
And finally, serrated knives. Even a lot of lefties don't know. The teeth are set up to off the set, right? So the tendency is when you cut, there's like a clockwise twist to it, which is for right-handers, right? So lefties tend to cut things like bread and stuff like that thinner. Yeah, real problems here, people. It is actually National Left-Handers Day, so let's celebrate our lefties out there.
It is.
If you guys are a lefty, take a bow today.
My sister's a lefty. Out of all of us, yeah. But she's
the only one?
Yes.
Wow, that's different.
Karen, yeah, she's left-handed. Yep.
And lefties always seem like they get a little screwed. You know what I mean?
How?
Sort of like the youngest kid.
Oh, right there. I just read a list. Yeah.
Screwed in life.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
She's a middle child, and her name is Karen. So.
What I'm saying, there it is.
But no, I kid. She's got a very good life. That she's created for herself. Doesn't matter. She's left-handed. Her name is Karen. We're the middle child. She made it work.
That's right.
The Karen part is what I feel bad about.
Yes, and that's a newer thing. Like when we were growing up, nobody called her. Karen wasn't a thing.
Yeah, nobody even knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, that just started seeming like the last 10 years, if that. 877-927-6969. That's his number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Or email Jimmy at realradio921.com. A couple different things we discussed today. You guys could always get involved in anything we had on the table, but also if you want to bring up something to Jimmy, to Francis, or myself, let us know.
Let's see. We got some text. 47142 started off with Real Radio. Let's see. Greek, I had White Sox plus 2.5.
Nice.
Plus 110. I wish I would have had White Sox money line, according to a text we got.
I bet you did.
Somebody else says, I used to pick up weed from Texas, and Russell Crowe was in a band. He was playing at Shorty's Barbecue the next day. He was at the house while I was picking up 100 pounds. Didn't seem that bad. That's a lot of weed.
I was going to say,
100 pounds of weed?
What are we talking about? The fact that Russell Crowe was a nice guy. 100 pounds of weed.
What are you, a dealer? My God.
Jeez.
Right?
Russell
Jeez.
Crowe, it's ironic. He's on tour right now with his rock band.
Yeah.
He's really pursuing that.
I love it. Well, he's had his band for a long time. But he's also in some I think a new movie that he's promoting. But anyways, I love that he says didn't seem that bad, and all of us are like 100 pounds of weed. Let's see, what else do we have here? If you can't look at actors in the eye, how are you supposed to perform an act? Just saying. That's from Stacey B.
That's what I said. Like, you can't even, they tell you something, like, what are you supposed to, blindly hand it to them? Like, it's crazy.
For Left-Handers Day, it says, I can't use my left hand. I feel like I'm cheating.
Wow.
They said, Greek, you said Kevin Hart will not host the Oscars again. Did you mean Chris Rock? And no, because Kevin Hart was asked to do so, and then last minute because I think you really did mean Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
He didn't do it because people dug into years and years of the internet, social media, and found some stuff that he said or did. So.
And they pushed away from him, I believe.
Well, I think he backed out, too.
He ended up ultimately backing out of it,
Well, it'd be nice if maybe they,
Mm-hmm. And then somebody says most controls on equipment are for right-handed people we have there. And then we have, hey, Jimmy, why is Kimmel a douche? Because he called out Aaron Rodgers? You were just kidding. You don't really think he's a douche.
No. I don't. I mean, the way he portrays himself, like everything's turned into politics, and that's all. I mean, as far as that side of it. But in real life, I don't know the guy in real life. I would assume that he'd be pretty funny and fun in real life. But that's a lot of that's an act that he does. And that's why, I'd say that, but it tongue in cheek.
Yep. And then we have delivering mail is made for right-handed people, from getting the mail ready in the morning. If you case with your right hand, the address faces to the left. So it is in order. If you case left, the address is facing to the right and won't see it when you're on the street. And when you're delivering mail, your right hand goes out the truck. So I guess, delivering mail, it's all made for right-handed people.
All right, well, we got an advantage. I can't help it.
Oh, yeah. I know, because everybody's asking you.
I can't help it. Sorry,
I can't help it.
He was born that way.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
By that right hand.
Everything that Greek does every day for you people.
I mean, it's enough is enough.
Leave the poor friggin' guy alone, will you?
I love this kid. What else can I do? I mean, come on. I can't help it. I'm writing. I died over the weekend. I came back. What does that tell you? It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We're going to come back with some fun facts about one-piece bathing suits.
No, shockingly enough, I actually have some interesting facts about left-handed people on
Jimmy Kimmel?
National Left-Handed Day.
What a douchebag he
Yes,
is.
yes.
As many times as I've bitched about Aaron Rodgers.
It is the Penthouse. Hope you're having a good day. And if you're not, guess what? It's halftime. You're going to have a better second half. Peace.
We'll be your friend. Follow us at Real Radio 92.1 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for an accident on the eastbound Southern Boulevard, blocking the left lane at Military Trail. Keep in mind 6th Avenue South is shut down due to construction, Grove Street to Congress Avenue. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, and win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace.
Mike Lang here for Air Around the Clock. Listen to this. You can get up to a $2,000 tax credit on qualifying AC models. So if your wife is hot, give us a call at 888-FIX-MY-AC and get a brand new American Standard heating and air conditioning unit and save on your taxes at the same time. You heard it first from me, Mike Lang. Call 888-FIX-MY-AC. That's 888-FIX-MY-AC now. Or you can reach us at atcair.com.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it. So your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is Sheriff Rick Bradshaw with an important message. Hurricane season is here again, and I urge everyone to stay vigilant. Pay close attention to local weather updates and ensure your hurricane kits are prepared with the essentials that you need, like water, food, and medications. Remember, your safety is our priority, but let's stay safe together.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes. Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Christopher Chambers enlisted in the U.S. Navy and later graduated from SEAL training. He was conducting a nighttime raid on a ship that was illegally transporting advanced lethal aid from Iran to Houthi forces in Yemen when he died in the line of duty. Christopher was 37 years old. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation provided Christopher's wife and young daughter with a mortgage-free home. Help America's heroes and their families. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T, the number 2, T.org.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
S12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have hot and humid conditions again today. A heat advisory in effect for Palm Beach County until 6 p.m. this evening. Fewer showers than we saw yesterday. Again, if we do see any isolated showers, most of them will be pinned west of I-95. Do keep the umbrella at the ready just in case we do have that one or two pop up to the east of 95.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You've been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hello. Welcome back into the Penthouse on a terrific Tuesday. What is going on? This is Franny, and I just want to give you a reminder because normally we do our prize giveaways 11:45 or 12:45, but Tuesdays are different. Tuesdays all about Instagram. We call it Just the Tip. Tuesday's Instagram prize, and we got something good for you. You get it, DIP? If you want to go see Megadeth with Mudvayne and all that remains for their Destroy All Enemies World Tour happening Saturday, August 24th, I Think Financial Amphitheater. Just hit us up on our Instagram. That's Real Radio 921. All the instructions are there, and that's including giving us a follow. So if you have not yet, what are you waiting for? So if you want to go see Megadeth, make sure you hit us up on our Instagram at Real Radio 921. You can see all the instructions on how you have your chance to score a pair of tickets. And tomorrow at 10 a.m., we will pick a winner for that. This is Franny. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And good afternoon to Greek.
I salute all of you. God bless and carry on. Time for some fun facts.
It's Franny's Fun Facts. All right. So only 10% of the world is left-handed. So lefties, today is your day.
Take a bow.
Today is your day. If you also, I know sometimes I like to share some other holidays. These two sound delicious. Maybe I'll enjoy this. It's National Filet Mignon Day.
Ooh.
National Prosecco Day. So maybe have a glass of Prosecco with your filet mignon. It's Women's and Family Day. And then, of course, what I'm about to throw some facts on you about is lefties. Now, we learned about why it's difficult to be a lefty, but there's some reasons why you should celebrate being a lefty. There's a bunch of left-handed celebrities. I'll just name a few. The big ones here. Keanu Reeves, Prince William, Oprah Winfrey, Lady Gaga, LeBron James, Hugh Jackman, Cardi B.
Wow.
Justin Bieber, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr.
Man, that's a lot.
Whoopi Goldberg, just name a flu. A flu? Just name a flu. Hot shoe. Just to name a few.
And there's only 10%. Man, a lot of famous people that are like huge.
There have been 8 U.S. presidents who were, why can't I talk? Hello? Let me rewind. There have been 8 U.S. presidents who were left-handed. James Garfield, Herbert Hoover, Harry Truman, Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and Barack Obama. Ooh.
Didn't know that.
Sinister, Latin for left. Molly Duker, Australian slang term. Southpaw, named for a left-handed pitcher.
Molly Duker?
Yeah, Molly Duker. That's Australian slang term for it. Yep.
I thought that was Molly like a drug.
Molly Duker, Southpaw, Goofy-footed, and Cuddy Whifter are a few terms of Cuddy Whifter and Goofy-footed are a few terms of left-handed people.
You said for a baseball player, Southpaw, pitcher? They were saying that?
Name for a left-handed pitcher.
Okay. I also use it, I think, in
Southpaw.
boxing.
Yeah. I know it more with boxing.
So do I.
Yeah.
Southpaw.
There is a left-hand West Virginia city named after the nearby left-hand Run Creek with a population of approximately 390 people. Sounds like that place is hopping.
That's small town USA.
Yeah, it is. Your birthday party, everybody can come.
Everybody did come.
Everybody did, yes.
397, 398.
This is interesting. Studies show lefties adjust easier to sing underwater. Now, think about it. My sister, she was pretty good at singing underwater. And studies have found evidence linking left-handedness and intellectual creativity.
Oh, Paul McCartney? Man, that's big right there.
Lefties are better drivers, according to a study from the Center for... There's a Center for Handedness Research.
And lefties are better... There's only 10% lefties.
It's a study.
Yeah.
They said the study looked at the driving habits and accident rates, but yeah, that's because there's not that many of them. Of 1,500 drivers over 10 years and found that the left-handed drivers had fewer accidents. They said an AA driving school poll found 57% of lefties passed their driving test the first time compared to 47% of righties.
AA?
AA. Let's see. A study found that right-handers, on average, live to be 9 years older than left-handers, so that's not good.
Oh, that sucks for them.
Yeah.
That should have been on that list.
Yeah.
Right?
You die sooner.
Yeah,
Worried
right.
about whether a reciprocating saw goes which way.
And isn't it? They always say
Serrated
women
knives.
have a tendency to live longer than men.
I have a thing we can go into about who lives longer, and it has something to do with your looks.
Oh, really?
And the highest rates of...
I should be dead.
The highest rate of left-handedness can be found in North America, Australia, New Zealand, and Western Europe, whereas the lowest rates, between 4% and 6%, Asia, Africa, South America. Also here, left-handed people are more affected by fear. According to research conducted in the UK, lefties gave more fragmented accounts when asked to recall events from a dramatic film clip. So, very interesting here. So, yes, those are your fun facts for your day, everybody who's left-handed. I guess we might as well bring that up because it kind of is somewhat of a segue. I did have a topic about attractiveness, and it is another study, and yes, this is research that shows this, so you can believe it or not. I am just here reporting what I have read, and you can supposedly add years to your life, but you know what? So many things. Being active, exercising, eating healthier, cutting back on drinking, quitting smoking, but there's another new one here, and that is, in fact, just being more attractive is what they say. A new study out on longevity and facial attractiveness. I love that. And it's not exactly great news for some of us. Researchers looked at, this is yearbook photos, all right? So they looked at yearbook photos from 1957. Mm-hmm. And they said that they were, it was independent arbiters that were rating their attractiveness. And they included more than 8,000 people. I love how they had to tell us they were all from Wisconsin. It's unclear why they only use cheeseheads.
Weird, no weird part of that stat.
But it said it's unclear why they only use cheeseheads, but it probably had to do with them narrowing the environmental factors, right? So it was just a yearbook from certain areas or whatever in Wisconsin. So then they looked at how and when those people passed away, or if they're still living, how healthy they are in old age, because they would be in their 80s now. So they found, I hate using this term, they say ugly, but unattractive men, because who's to determine who's ugly, right?
That's right. If you got one person who thinks you're hot,
to determine, right?
And bangs you 5 times a week, you're happy.
But it's beauty is in the eye of the beholder. They say that found that according to them, unattractive men live nearly a year less, so not that much on average, than men who were considered good looking.
We both were cursed with good looks.
And unattractive women live 2 years less than women who are more blessed in the looks department.
That's good away. Well, because if you're not good looking, you're probably unhappy, so you just bail out.
Oh, Jesus.
GRE Diamond K.
Wow.
I'm going on your survey in Wisconsin.
This is not a survey. This is research, but I doubt these people were like, oh, I want to die.
How do you know?
The study.
Because Greek thinks so.
Yeah. Because Greek thinks if you're unattractive, you want to bail out.
Hey, maybe that's the way. Hey, first of all, looks are so much. If one person finds you attractive, that's all you need. Who cares? Would you rather have one person find you attractive or the world? I mean, be honest. Everybody's going to say one person. It's such a better life. Jim, what do you think?
Throw away that key, though.
I know better.
The study admits that we don't know much about the connection between attractiveness and longevity. There could be direct scientific and genetic explanation, but it also could be about societal prejudice, right? Or pretty privilege is what they call it. They're like, that's the idea that attractive people are treated better in day-to-day life. They have preferential treatment, gives them a boost, along with that improves their health and quality of life, too. So they say that could definitely be it. One economist argues, quote, over time, if people didn't pay as much attention to looks in daily life, I'm quite sure that 100 years from now, we wouldn't see these differences in longevity, right? If it wasn't all based on looks.
It's not important at all.
And I love it. Right? And in parentheses,
whoever... I would have been on surprise.
Whoever wrote this article, though, goes, spoken like a truly ugly economist. That's terrible.
Yeah. So shallow. Surprise. That's one of my best ones. I love. My dad used to love that line. Oh, my God. What was that? What show was that? Gomer Pyle?
Gomer Pyle,
yeah. Man, that goes back some time. If you guys had an opportunity to get a life coach, would you get one? And do you think you even need one? Say you had a goal and you're like, hey, we got 6 months we brought up yesterday. You guys in the audience can play along. You can text us, email Jimmy, or call us. And you're like, hey, I have a goal and I don't think I'm going to achieve it. But if I get a life coach, they're saying to me I can make it. Would you want a life coach?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Jimmy?
Nah.
Life coach isn't necessary. I mean, I believe for necessary things, and I've gone through it. Therapy helps and stuff like that, but I don't need a day-to-day life coach.
Okay. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in any of this. We also had some stuff earlier in the show that you can get involved in. We talked about a scenario where this gentleman seemed like a real DB. We thought so because he went on a vacation with his wife, child, and mother-in-law, and he was mad because the mother-in-law used his toothpaste. And he flew home and left his family. Not a good situation, but if you guys have an opinion, you can ask. You can call us and let us know.
We have a couple texts, 47142. Started off with Real Radio. Says delivery. Oh, I already did that one. My mother was born a lefty. As a child, my grandparents actually tied her left arm down, so she had to learn to use her right hand. She became ambidextrous. My sister was born left-handed. Totally. I'm actually ambidextrous in many ways. I play guitar left-handed, bat baseball lefty, but throw right. I write cursive quickly, but have better penmanship left-handed, amongst many other things.
Ah, okay. A lot of people are like that with certain things, right? Like I shoot pool left-handed, I bat left-handed, I golf right-handed, I bowl right-handed, I throw right-handed. It's mishmash. I never understood it.
And somebody asked, too, I wonder what's the percentage, right, of people who are ambidextrous. I was trained to be ambidextrous, but it took a minute. Let's see, Franny. Oh, thanks, Franny, for reminding us yesterday that it was National Milkman Day, or as where'd it go? Or as I like to call it in my house, Father's Day.
Nice.
We have.
Knew that joke was coming. Just wasn't sure how it'd be delivered.
Yeah.
That was good.
Milkman, he must have had some game, right? Because like he just walks in, drops off milk.
It was that uniform, that all white.
And he bangs somebody. I would think the pool guy would have more of a chance than the milkman.
Back in the day, I don't know if there was that many pool guys compared to milkmen.
Hey.
But the pool, I mean, at least the milkman like just drops it and left. The pool guy was in a bed. Probably did.
Yeah, they said, but in countries, because we're talking about left-handed, there was countries that had more left-handers.
Australia.
Says, but in countries like England, Australia, and other countries that drive on the left side of the road, they have more accidents. All right. So we have, I won't say that one. Somebody says, so if you're ugly, you have higher life insurance rates. And then I had a life coach for 3+ years. I finally got fed up and divorced her. So.
This audience is unbelievable. 877-927-6969.
Belated, but worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Keep them coming. Jimmy, I know you had an interesting topic about a TV workplace, and you were going to ask us where we would think maybe we would like to work, someplace that I guess, you saw some on television that you thought, hey, man, it'd be cool to work there.
Ranker.com asked its followers which ones they'd like to work at, and here are the most popular answers of TV workplaces that people would actually like to work at.
I mean, can I just say The Office? I want Michael Scott to be my boss.
That was
so ridiculous.
I think he's on here. Yeah, the Dunder
Mifflin.
Yep. Mifflin? Is
Dunder Mifflin. It's a paper company, which sounds really boring in facts, but just the cast and how everything was, it sounds like it would be fun.
That is one of the answers that was on this list, and again, it's for various reasons, maybe not necessarily because of the job itself, but because of the people there. Like Cheers, the bar, right? And who wouldn't want to work there, right? The Pawnee Parks and Recreation Department for Parks and Recreation was on this list as well. TGS from 30 Rock was another one on this list. These are TV.
That was like an SNL that they were spoofing on, if you're not familiar.
I thought that was cool.
TV workplaces people would actually like to work at. Central Perk from Friends.
I was going to say that.
WNYX from News Radio. How about that? There's a show that doesn't get much notoriety, and we brought it up twice in 1 week. Cage and Fish from Ally McBeal. I'm not familiar with that show.
You want to be an attorney, I guess. Yeah.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Abbott Elementary from Abbott Elementary. Again, another show I'm not too familiar with.
So good.
Is it? Is it good?
I really enjoy that show.
Abbott Elementary. I'll have to write that one down. I'll circle that one. Maybe take a look at that. Merlot's Bar and Grill from True Blood. And the last one on this list that I have, the Springfield Nuclear Power Plant, where Homer Simpson is employed. I don't know why, but apparently they think that would be a good workplace. How about this one? Gary's Shoes and Accessories. You know where that one's from?
Married with Children.
Al Bundy. It's where he worked.
I don't want to work there. I have another good one. If you're familiar with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Patty's Pub, because they never worked. They were always doing some kind of hijinks. And then when they worked, they owned their own bar. Oh. Right?
Well, that's cool.
So it was like their own bar. Yeah.
That's what I liked about Gary's Shoes and Accessories. Al was never working.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like when one lady would come in, he'd insult her, and they'd leave. That'd be it. Where is a TV workplace that you'd like to work at? 47142 is the text line. Start off that text with Real Radio.
I think like a lot of people would obviously say Friends, and it was on the list. Perks, because I think it was a cool place, and they were always there.
We were talking Seinfeld, and we brought that one up a couple times. Monk's is the little corner deli.
Yeah,
they
deli.
go to the diner.
The diner
all the time.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of
Peterman's office.
Peterman's office.
There's a bunch of them. Steinbrenner's office. Yeah.
That'd be
for
cool.
the Yankees.
That'd be cool. Trying to think what else cool workplaces that. Well, the one we talked about was Saturday Night Live. Like I think it would be cool to work at Saturday Night Live. I went a couple of times. It looked exciting, and you got that whole week where you're getting ready every day, getting closer to the show. I think that'd be cool. YE50, it wouldn't be bad being out there on the island and just hanging out and filming for a cop show. If you guys have any in mind, let us know. Give us a call. 877-927-6969. Now, Franny, I know you had something about Costco. I read this because I am a card member for my poinsettias, but they seem like they're cracking down a little.
Yeah, if you've ever been, and I have a membership to Costco, a lot of time you just flash a card, they let you in, right? That's it, typically. It's just a little flash of the card. They don't really even look at the photograph or anything like that. You check out, you just scan your card, nobody pays attention.
They don't even check at BJ's anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
I remember they used to, same type of thing. You'd have to go in and show your card first, but now they don't even ask.
You got to flash them the card. They look for that. I have been before where I have, and they ask for me to, but they don't look at it, right?
Yeah, because the back's got your picture.
They don't study. They don't see to who's on there or anything, but they are claiming that they are going to be cracking down on that. And this is not the first time I've heard this, but now they say, yes, we're absolutely doing it. It's official. They're adding membership scanners to verify you have an active account with them. The company's website says over the coming months, membership scanning devices will be used at the entrance. So when you walk in of your local warehouse, once deployed, prior to entering, all members must scan their physical or digital membership card by placing the barcode or QR code against the scanner. Guests must also be accompanied by a valid member for entry, obviously. Each member can bring up to 2 guests with them, so you can at least bring people with you who want to go shopping at Costco.
I didn't know that.
They say the reaction...
Yeah, that's nice of them.
Right? Like, I can bring somebody shopping with me. The reaction is mixed, but many say it makes sense since they pay for a membership. Prices for those memberships do go up on September 1st, but they say with the scanning, from what I have heard, it will also pull up a photograph, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
so they will know that it is, in fact, you. So it's going to be happening right at the front door.
So when you go to Costco, you can bring somebody with you, and they can shop there, too. Do you have to pay for it for them, or can they use their own... You know what I mean? Like, can they do their own shopping too once they get in, or do you?
Because you need to check out. You have to scan the Costco card.
Oh, okay.
You do that as well there?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't. You can't even start ringing up anything until that Costco card.
Right.
Okay. So then the person who brings you, well, he doesn't have to pay because they can. You could put your own.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a buddy who and you have a card and they want to buy stuff, and you're like, all right, well, we'll go together, and then you just scan and then they pay.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty good.
I mean, the credit card doesn't have to match.
Yeah. Right.
And I believe Costco only takes Visa.
Yes, they don't take American Express.
Or MasterCard, I don't think.
I don't know. I mean, I know American Express they don't because I was just there last week.
I know the only reason why they take my MasterCard is because it's a debit.
Yeah.
But I believe it's only Visa or debit.
Mm-hmm. I think that's who they have to deal with.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the security, like, you just walk in. They don't even do it. They just look at you, show it to them, and you walk right by. Nobody ever, from me, I don't go a lot. Maybe I go 3 times a year, 5 times a year.
3 times a month.
Yeah. They don't ever, like, say, hey, let me see your card. I've never seen that with people. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. Always, you can bring up anything or anything that's on topic. Miami Dolphins are getting a lot of chatter. They really are all over the place. Is this going to be their season? Can they win the division? They are 2-1 to win the division on the Hard Rock app. I think that is a very good bet. And can they win a playoff game? They have not won a playoff game in 23 years. That is crazy. They got a home opener against the Jags, and that is going to be September 8th at 1 o'clock. Dolphins taking on the Jags. It'll be a Florida Bowl. There's no doubt about it, but that's not an easy win. So don't be thinking that right away, you guys are the Dolphins are going to walk away with a win first game. Jaguars are going to be a good game. NFL is getting closer and closer, and college football will be here before you know it. But in the NFL, remember, you could hear the Dolphins on 101.7 all season long. And with Real Radio, it is the Gators. That's who we have. We have the Gators, and that kicks off for you guys August 31st at 12:30 is the pregame. 3:30 is the kickoff against the Canes. I believe that is Labor Day weekend. I am not 100% sure, but I believe that is Labor Day weekend. So, yeah, Canes taking on the Gators. You could hear it on Real Radio. Excited about that the season is back. But a lot of hype about the Dolphins and Tua and what everybody expects from them, that they think this year they will have a good year and be able to go far in the postseason. And, again, it's always who's healthy. That is the biggest thing. 877-927-6969. And a lot of experts are picking the Dolphins third behind the Jets and the Bills. So we'll see. And this is the first year in a while that...
that seems weird.
Yeah, it does. It's the first... Yeah, I was going to say that. This first year in a while that Buffalo people are not just saying automatically. Topps has a new Olympic card that they're going to release, and it is with Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Steph Curry. They all autographed it. If you can get it, you're lucky, and I'm sure if you hold it in mint condition, it's going to be worth some money someday. But that's from Topps with Kevin Durant and LeBron and Curry. Durant has 4 gold medals. That is the most out of any NBA player. And then LeBron just got his 3rd. And Steph Curry, I believe it was his first one that he ever got.
It was his first one.
Yeah. So he was awesome in the championship game. He did everything he had to do to help them get that gold medal. And yesterday when I talked about Snoop Dogg being on the new medals, his face, that is not true. That was a little tongue-in-cheek. Snoop Dogg went up here. Oh. I know, Jimmy, you wanted that. You never know. They might throw it in.
Crush my dreams.
Yeah. It'd be good as racial framing out there against the Snoop Dogg medal, which would be very cool. He will be back.
Anybody do you know, got one of those pins with him blowing the smoke rings?
I don't, but I want
Olympic
one.
Rings?
I want one of those. So cool.
That was pretty funny.
They're probably, I bet you they're pricey. I bet you if somebody's selling them on eBay, I bet you it's not cheap because I don't know how many of them were out there.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Was that how did you even buy them? I didn't look. Was there
I didn't look
website
either.
or something?
I didn't look. I know. We got to do some research. Little research.
All right, hold on. To me, he was the star of the Olympics. There's no doubt about it. Everywhere he went, people said they wanted to meet him. They loved what he was doing. And he's found a good niche for himself. And I'm sure he's going to be back in 2028. There were reports that he got paid, $8 million for 2 weeks. That's not a bad payday.
They're not for sale.
What?
The pin is not for sale because it is not licensed by the International Olympic Committee.
Well, that
according
sucks.
to the collectibles media company, CLLCT, only a limited amount of U.S. athletes will be gifted the unique pin. Apparently, they were gifts for the athletes. The way they were showing them, I thought they were selling them.
I did too.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, it is the Penthouse. We'll get over that, and we'll get into some other things. We're going to come back with a trifecta and so much more. If you're on hold, hold on. If you don't, call back. Whatever you want to do. It's your fruit and the loops. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I'm down to share my body with science, and you could play around with my body after I die, poke me with a stick or whatever. I don't mind.
Ooh, I just heard from science. They said no go, dog.
It's a no from science?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Florida Turnpike and on Boynton Beach, slow. We have a crash blocking 2 right lanes. Expect delays. Turnpike south after Boynton Beach Boulevard. Make sure you slow down for pedestrians on your ride today. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 5-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. That's why for the past 28 years, StormSmart has over 100,000 Florida product installations. Our innovative storm catcher screens and aluminum shutters are designed and manufactured here in Florida. Along with impact windows and doors, StormSmart can protect every opening of your home. At StormSmart, we take pride in living and working in the same communities we serve, because smart is going with a proven and trusted solution. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
High five! Up top! Heck yeah!
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed!
5 years of advanced security.
Security win!
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited!
Yep. Dave's feeling it, but it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anna John Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. In office, West Palm Beach.
Hi, my name's Tim Forehand. I'm a deputy sheriff. In my job, keeping in shape is important. I've tried other products to get my weight down, but nothing has worked like Android 400. In just 3 months, I've dropped 51 pounds, down from 230 to 179. Plus, the weight's come off in the stomach area. I've gone from a snug 36-inch waist to a 32-inch waist, which I was in high school. I highly recommend the Android 400 to all my friends.
Guys, are you frustrated because no matter how hard you try, it seems impossible to lose stubborn belly fat? Then discover why thousands of men each month rely on Andro 400. Lose belly fat, gain energy and confidence, and feel great about yourself. Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435.
A violent crime is committed every 24 seconds. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association exists to provide you with firearms education, training, and access to self-defense liability insurance. So when trouble comes, you'll be ready. Over 800,000 Americans trust the USCCA, and right now, there's an exclusive, limited-time offer for radio listeners. Go to defendfamily.com to get a free family defense guide, a survival secrets training video from a retired FBI agent, and see all the benefits of membership. Go to defendfamily.com now.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
I'm Joel Clark, a SelectQuote agent, with a true story of how SelectQuote goes to bat for you for buying term life insurance. A while back, a man called me who had prostate cancer. He asked if I could beat a very high rate he got from another agent. I got to work and found him a trusted carrier that offered $500,000 in coverage for $36 a month, which is way less than what he had been quoted elsewhere. When it comes to term life insurance, no company can match SelectQuote's expertise in finding you the right policy at the right price.
For your free quote and to find out how much you can save, call 1-800-699-3388. That's 1-800-699-3388. 1-800-699-3388. Or go to selectquote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
Yes, 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have hot and humid conditions again today. A heat advisory in effect for Palm Beach County until 6 p.m. this evening. Fewer showers than we saw yesterday. Again, if we do see any isolated showers, most of them will be pinned west of I-95. Do keep the umbrella at the ready just in case we do have that one or two pop up to the east of 95.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface,
dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We have officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events. Is somebody messing with us? Now, it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Greek Zone today, getting into some more college football and NFL. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hi, good afternoon.
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
One of the biggest upsets of the season in baseball, based on odds. White Sox beat the Yankees last night, 12-2. Wow, Yankees were 3-1 favorites. Huge loss for the Yanks. I think I would put all the Botox in Boca, all the tea in China, or all the Gucci shoes I bought on the Yanks tonight because I expect the Yanks to bounce back against the White Sox. Jimmy, do you think the White Sox could win 2 in a row against the Yanks?
Sure, why not?
I don't think so.
I don't think they will, but
yeah, I think I'm sure Steinbrenner called them up last night and said, we just got beat by the worst team in the league. Are you guys kidding me? AP poll is out for college football. No surprise. Georgia's #1. Ohio State is 2. Oregon's 3. Texas is 4. And Alabama, #5. One of the lowest ratings they've had in years. And 10 is our Florida State. The only team from Florida that made the top 10. And hats off to Florida State. They open up in a week from this Saturday against Georgia Tech in Ireland. They're laying 12.5. Let's go, Georgia Tech. That's our selection for that. We'll get more into it. And Tariq Hill was talking yesterday, and Tariq likes to talk when he gets a microphone in front of his face. He said he's a better player than Patrick Mahomes, and he would beat the guy who just won the gold medals at the Olympics, the fastest man in the world. He said he would beat him. Tariq never lost for words. Hopefully he has a good season. I don't think he's a better player than Patrick Mahomes. Just that's my humble opinion. And that is your Greek's Trifecta for lunch. Peace.
All right, I got a couple text messages, and we were talking today is a left-handed day. It's also, Jimmy had asked if you were to work at a office from a TV show, where would you like to work? And we have text. Remember Ned Flanders from The Simpsons? He had the left-handed store. That was from Toot.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
No.
No, I don't.
Yeah. So.
Huh.
I know, right? And then we have here, 30 years ago, Costco only took Amex, because right now they don't. Let's see. I got the giant container of cheese puffs from Costco about 3 years ago. Still haven't finished it yet.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Good thing they stay.
Yeah. And then, Jimmy, keep an eye on eBay. One of those Snoop pens will show up. I wouldn't pay much more than $2,000, though. I don't know if I spend that much either. And then we have a need help text at 47142. Started off with Real Radio. Says, need help. Me and my wife have been married for over 10 years. My parents have a storage unit for old stuff or items they will sell. We moved some items into storage due to remodeling. My parents didn't pay on the unit and lost the items inside.
That sucks.
Oh, no. Oh, this is a crazy one. Well, what sucks even more is the end of this, right? It says, now my wife wants a divorce. Advice. P.S. Her wedding dress was one of the items.
Well, obviously they weren't getting along. This is not a reason to get divorced. I could see being mad or disappointed.
Especially when it was something out of your control that you didn't do.
Yeah, aggravated. But to get a divorce, it seems to me there was other issues. This could have been the straw on the camel's back.
And they didn't pay on the unit. Like how they must have not paid for a while. It's not just 1 month, right? That they were like, all right, putting it up for auction.
I don't know how long it takes for them to be able to take over a possession.
Yeah.
I would think at least 3 to 6 months. I would think. They're not going to do it after a month.
I don't know.
Yeah, I never had one, but I would think that.
I mean, I understand that wedding dress was sentimental, but as G-Man mentioned, this can't be the only thing that is going on in your life for her to want a divorce. And I know that realization sucks and to hear that, but there's got to be more to it, right? Than just losing out on stuff from the storage unit.
Well, you would think.
I mean, you guys are spending money to remodeling a home, this and that, and this is something that was completely out of your control.
I would think there's a lot more to it. I think, like I said, this is just probably the last thing, and she got pissed. And she doesn't want to blame it on anything else, and she's blaming it on this. But to lose a wedding dress, what are you going to do? I mean, it sucks.
You got to talk to her. I mean, we always say communication is key, but is there anything, you got to dig deeper. This can't be about this storage unit. Maybe this is the straw, or shall they say the cherry, or whatever they say. Maybe that's it. But there's got to be more to it, and you have to figure it out. And maybe if she doesn't want to talk to you, maybe you talk about talking with somebody else, with the two of you together, maybe therapy or something.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the items? Were they sold off, or did it not say?
It says they didn't pay on the unit and lost items inside. So I'm guessing.
That's crazy.
It's sad. If you want to go on a hunt, right, you can go check out all the pawn shops near you and see if you can find her wedding dress or anything like that, or consignment.
Or maybe they still have them and you can just pay the back months that are owed and be able to get your items.
Talk to the storage place, right? Yeah. Talk to the storage company and ask them, be like, hey, who did these items in this, or where did this storage unit go? Who purchased these items? Is there any information you can give me?
Yeah, I agree 100%. And like Jimmy said, that's the first place I would start. Maybe you can get it. But again, it's not a great situation, but I don't think it's terms for a divorce. You guys have an opinion? Call us at 877-927-6960.
Yeah, sorry we couldn't give you better advice on that. But yeah, a little bit more is necessary, but definitely a conversation needs to be had with your wife. And then places for work, it says, I would like to work at the weed store on the show Tulsa Kings. That looks fun.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
well, I don't know. No spoilers here, though.
And then Sarah B., I'm with you. This is the one I said, TV workplace, Dunder Mifflin, because Michael Scott genuinely cared about his people. He always said, business is about the people. And he was just a goofball. And that's from Sarah B.
Thank you, Francis.
We had somebody call up before the break, too. Rick, he said that he'd like to work whatever store you want to call for Baywatch.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
He could be a lifeguard.
He'd be a lifeguard at Baywatch on whatever beach that was.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
That'd be cool. Jimmy, I know you had a couple scenarios. Should I dump him when involved in relationships? And I'm sure that'll tie right in line with
I've got a list a mile long. So this was very similar to the... what was the one that we do? Date or Ditch?
Yep.
We did. Right? So these are very, very similar to that. I've got a bunch. We can run through some and have some fun with this because they are oftentimes very fun. And again, the whole premise behind this is don't look too deep into it. Just what is your initial gut reaction? They all pretty much end with, would you end the relationship? So here it is. Here are some scenarios. Would you end the relationship? Your partner constantly likes and comments on their ex's social media posts. They say it's harmless, but it bothers you. Would you end the relationship?
I'm not ending unless I tell them that it bothers me and they continue on, because that's very disrespectful.
Okay.
Right? And if they continue after you tell them, like, it bothers me that you do every single post and comment, you have to do something, and they continue on, then possibly.
And it specifically says in this particular case, it does bother you.
Yeah. But I'm saying if you've had a conversation and you tell them and they still continue on, then bye.
There it is. Bye. Franny says you're out. What do you think, Greek?
I'm going to agree with Francis 100%.
Okay.
What about you?
I would probably, at that point, if it's to the point where it bothers me and they keep doing it, I would probably end the relationship.
Shows no respect.
Yeah.
Your partner never posts pictures of the two of you together on social media, despite being very active online. When you ask why, they say they prefer to keep their private life offline. Would you end the relationship?
But they're still posting stuff about them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but just not pictures of the two of you.
I know somebody who does this, and my girlfriends and I think he's a bit shady. We do, because we see him out with his girlfriend all the time. We know that they go on vacation all the time, but when you look at social media, he looks like he's single. You would have no idea that she existed, and that would bother me.
Yep.
Because he's showcasing his life and all the great things he's doing.
Yep.
But even though she's there, she's not a part of that. So he's broadcasting.
Does he ever post pictures of him with other girls?
No.
Okay.
It's just always him by himself.
Okay.
Like she's taking the pictures or something, or he's doing selfies.
Right.
That would bother the hell out of me.
Yep. If it's done like that, what seems to be intentionally, yes, I would probably end that relationship. Although I would respect my partner if they didn't want to be in those pictures. That's a different story, too.
It is. But if he's posting pictures of himself everywhere that we're at and I'm not in it, you would almost feel like, well, what are you, ashamed?
Exactly. Or
what are you hiding?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. You feel the same way, Greek?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, who wants to be a secret?
Right.
I mean, if I'm dating you, we're dating, I should be part of your life if that's what you're doing.
And this one kind of goes right into that same type of a thing with being a part of your life. Your partner frequently cancels plans with you to hang out with their friends instead. When confronted, they say they need space and time with friends. Would you end the relationship? That's a no-brainer to me. Obviously, they don't want to spend time with you.
Yeah. If it's frequent, that's the word there, frequently.
Yep. Frequently, yep. You discover that your partner has been using a dating app just for fun, in air quotes, and insists that you're not meeting anyone. Would you end the relationship?
Peace out.
Yeah. And that happens a lot. Like
just for fun?
Yeah. Right, just for
want to
fun.
see if anybody would hit on me.
Play Words with Friends or something. I don't know. What do people play these days?
Go play cards.
Yeah, do something.
They still got Candy Crush?
I don't know.
Go to
Do something.
casino.
Play Angry Birds. Is that still a thing?
Yeah. Your partner refuses to introduce you to their family, saying they're just very private. It's been over a year. Would you end the relationship?
I have somebody going through this right now. He's been dating a girl 9 months, and she will not introduce him. She's like, it's no big deal. And
some people are ashamed of their family too. Sometimes you just don't know the backstory, so you gotta figure it out.
In this case, from what he told me, there's nothing I don't think this girl's ashamed of. It's just something that he deals with, and he's not happy about it. He's not going to leave.
Yeah.
He loves her, but he's like, he asked me, he's like, I don't understand why she won't introduce me.
Yeah, you got to find the root of it, because I do know people, and I've seen it, where they have very dysfunctional families where they are embarrassed about how they were brought up and so that's why.
But they would tell you that.
Yeah.
I think the person would be like, look, my family's not the best. Don't want to bring you around. I hope you can understand it, but they're a little wackadoo. You know, they had Buffalo all those years in a Super Bowl. They never got over it. But if you're asking to meet them, like he asks her, I want to meet your family, and she says no. There's something there to me.
More than likely.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? I mean,
more than likely.
That one's tough.
9 months is a long time.
I need to dig deeper with that.
Yeah, probably need a little bit more on that one. But initial gut reaction is there's probably something going on. Fair enough?
I agree.
How about your partner doesn't want to celebrate anniversaries or special occasions, saying they don't believe in them? Would you end the relationship? I will jump on the first one for that one to say, no, I wouldn't. I know for some people they're not a big deal. For others, it is, but I wouldn't end a relationship over it. What do you think, Freddie?
I don't know if I would either. I mean, I think anniversary is important. I know people who are like Valentine's is stupid, this and that, but if you're not celebrating birthdays, it just depends on who you're with. If it's important to that one person and not to the other, maybe you're not compatible, because you're always going to be unhappy every time an anniversary or a birthday comes about and they don't care.
I'm jacked up. I'm saving money.
Yeah.
You know, I think great.
I don't know. Yeah, you may not be compatible if it's important to you and not important to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, it really wasn't. I know Anyway, you realize that your partner is terrible with money. Oh, here we go. Constantly overspending, and now they're in significant debt. Would you end the relationship?
Man, as long as I have to bail them out, but probably, I don't know. You don't marry that person, so yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know what could happen once you get married.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I end it.
Next, your partner is still friends with their ex, and they often hang out one-on-one. They say it's purely platonic, but it makes you uncomfortable. Would you end the relationship? Yes.
Yes.
If it makes you uncomfortable and you said something about it, it doesn't say,
Same thing,
hold on, let me take that back. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, more than likely there's something else there that's bothersome. So.
And that's the thing. If what makes you uncomfortable, I understand. I think it makes anybody uncomfortable to hear the person they're dating is hanging out with their ex. But also, what we said in the beginning with one of those situations, if you voice the way that you feel, that it makes you uncomfortable that they're hanging out so much, and they still are like, well, I'm going to hang out with anyways.
Then
Same thing, lack of respect. I'm out.
It doesn't say that. That's why
Yeah.
I stopped myself, because I was adding something that wasn't there. But I agree with that.
I think anytime you're hanging out with an ex and doing something, there's still something a little bit lingering because people want, somebody in their life. You really do. Why are you hanging out with an ex? There's got to be a reason.
And the often part, too. That's
Yeah, that's the big thing. Often,
And
like once in a blue.
one-on-one.
Yeah, those are things. I mean, if you're in a social scene, you meet somebody, or say you walk into a restaurant, they're there, that's different.
You got a group of friends,
Yes.
and she happens to be one of them, or he happens to be one of them. I can see that's a little bit more, but when it's one-on-one, there's still something going on there, and there's still feelings there, so why would you want to be in that? Your partner rarely compliments you or shows affection, saying they're just not that type of person. Would you end the relationship?
Yeah, you should know who you're with. Like, this isn't new, right?
Yeah.
So why didn't even start a relationship?
Yeah, that's that one. I wouldn't end it because of that. Just because we would have. Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't get to that point, right?
Exactly.
Greek, got to take.
I think what both of you said. Like, I think when you start dating somebody, you know if they're affectionate, want to hold hands in public. If they're affectionate, if they're not that way, then how does it get to the next level? If it bothered you in the beginning,
right?
Because you would say that, like, hey, you know what? I like a little bit more attention. Yep. Some people, are you neat? No, I just I want to feel like we're together.
And you may be wired the same way, where you don't like attention or affection.
Or
so then you guys are perfect for each other.
Or you don't care. It's not a big deal. Like just not a big deal to you is all. Your partner talks about wanting an open relationship because they believe monogamy is unrealistic. Would you end the relationship?
Yes.
Hell no. Are you kidding me? I'm looking for that.
Oh my God! Kick it to the curb. Let him pay. I'm out. What's an open relationship?
I mean, that's one that's just I can't even believe that that's a question that somebody would put out there.
I know, but it is.
Yeah, but there's some people who would answer, be like, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, there really is, which blows my mind.
But typically, any time that I've ever read about that stuff or heard about it, it's usually if people are, it's not one-sided. You don't have an open relationship that's one-sided.
Yeah.
It's both people have to be into that
Usually,
type of lifestyle, right?
Well, one person's so in love with the person, they'll just do anything to stay.
Otherwise, it's not an open relationship. It's cheating.
Yeah.
If it's only one side.
But is it cheating if the person knows? See, that's the thing. Like,
sure.
It is?
Yeah.
If the
If
person,
you're not into it, if you don't want it to happen.
Well, if the person okays it, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like if you're dating somebody, you're saying,
then it's
hey,
not cheating. If
he's
the
not-
person's like, go do whatever you want, I don't care.
Yeah, then it's not cheating.
I can't imagine somebody being like that.
I can't either. But if that is the
I can
case,
see having open relationship. That I can understand, but both people would be into it, right? Your partner is a workaholic and never seems to have time for you, even on weekends. Would you end the relationship?
yeah, I need more time.
That's.
I need our time together.
How much you make it?
No shocker there. Surprise, 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 as they say. Your partner insists on keeping all their passwords private and gets defensive when you ask about it. Would you end the relationship? That's a tough one.
Yeah, probably not, because I think there are a lot of private things that you might not want somebody to know, but I think right away everybody goes that they're cheating or doing something wrong. I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't care. Like, I've had people asking me my password and stuff like that, but I don't ask them theirs.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, for me too.
I think for a lengthy relationship, I probably wouldn't worry about it. I mean, I would let them have the passwords and here I don't have anything, but something I don't know. That's a tough one. What do you think, Franny?
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I mean, if we're just dating in the beginning, if you don't give me your password, it's your business. I don't care. But yeah, if you're in a long-term relationship or married.
Yeah, it's different. What's your take on any of these? 47142. Start off that text with Real Radio. Jimmy at realradio921.com. The email is wide open. I got a couple more here we'll get into. You find out your partner lied about their age when you first met, making themselves seem younger. Would you end the relationship?
My partner did. My ex-husband did.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
And I did not end it at that time.
You didn't?
No, we stayed a little bit longer.
I had met somebody online, and their age changed 4 times. On the fourth one, I broke up with her.
And that was probably one too many.
Enough was enough, right?
Yeah,
It got to that.
I don't care.
Your partner criticizes your appearance and suggests you should change your style to look better. Would you end a relationship?
I think on that, it's also the way it's said to you. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I think if you maybe grew a beard or, I don't know, maybe you wore these pants, you might look better. For a woman with a guy, I don't think a guy can say it to a girl. I think that's almost like you're tapioca.
I don't like the word criticize here.
Yeah, the criticizing I don't like either.
If it was constructive, saying, hey, how about this? How about if you wear this? I think this
would look
nice
great
on
on
you.
this. You would look great in this, yes. The criticizing, I don't like any of that.
Going back to one of the things you said, Jimmy, about the different things, I had somebody who recently was dating a girl about 3 months, and he wouldn't share his location. Like, she wanted his on the phones, and she broke up with him. She was real shady. There's something going on. And he was like, no.
And there probably was something going on.
No, he just said he wasn't comfortable with it. I wouldn't be comfortable with that.
Yeah, well,
I just
know.
would. Yeah, there you go.
I wonder why. Your partner has a close relationship with their mom, but it feels like she's too involved in your relationship. Would you end the relationship?
It just depends on what too involved
has a close
is.
relationship with their mom.
Their mom. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mind if you have a close relationship with your mom. That's great. It just depends on how meddling she is.
Yeah.
What's the level?
Feels like it's too involved. So, yeah, what's too involved, right?
I think that's nice. It's family. It shows respect, especially as your parents get older. You know, it shows the kind of person you take care of them.
Yeah.
I think it's. It bothers when people say to me like, I don't talk to my mother or father. Once 6 months, every 3 months, and they live close. Even if you live Florida, like pick up the phone. You know, do something to me.
And you always say that, but that's the thing. But do you know why? Do you know the circumstances? And that's the thing. You can never. I've dated somebody who, and I told him that. I said, you're gonna. In the beginning, I was like, if you ever lose your mom, I was like, you're gonna be really upset. Believe me, I know. And I met her one time eventually, and I heard all the stories, and then I was like, all right, now I get why you never wanted to talk to her.
If there's something there, obviously it's different, and they're telling you, like, hey, I've had a very bad childhood. Growing up, you know what? I have a lot of resentment. That's different. I'm just saying somebody has no, if you're parents at all. Like, I say whenever, like, if there's something you tell me, then I would change the story. Then I would understand.
Your partner refuses to move out of their parents' house, even though they're financially stable. Would you end a relationship?
Yes.
Come on. Come on, Costanza.
Yeah.
Costanza? Mom, we got meatloaf?
That was just kind of silly, if you ask me. And we'll end with this one. And this is a no-brainer. Your partner doesn't want kids, but you do. They say they might change their mind in the future, but they're not sure. Would you end the relationship?
Got to be on the same page.
Yeah, that's when you got to be on the same page.
Yeah. I don't know if you break up with them. Maybe you see other people on the side. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you got any situations you want us to jump in on and throw the hula hoop out there. Franny, what do we got coming up in Florida stories?
All right, well, we got voyeurism in a Target. We also have a woman changing price tags in a Target. A lot of Target going on. Sorry, Target.
It's Target.
Sorry, Target.
They're not doing well today.
Yeah, we have a really cool story about a message in a bottle from almost 80 years ago. And then a dispute over a parking lot turned out fatal. I'll let you know these details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
The visual aid you need for all the freaky stuff we talk about on the radio. Find it at realradio921.com. Let's see what's up with traffic. on Real Radio.
Florida Turnpike, a parking lot headed southbound. Accident right after Boynton Beach Boulevard. 2 right lanes are blocked. Expect heavy delays through there. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. Whether you're hanging by the pool, playing some golf, or just kicking it in South Florida, you want to make every occasion a party? Well, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. Make sure that's on your party's list. When you have Tito's, it's a good night that turns into a great night. Tito's Handmade Vodka helps any party become a great party. Pick up a bottle today of Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
Mike Lang here for Air Around the Clock. Listen to this. You can get up to a $2,000 tax credit on qualifying AC models. So if your wife is hot, give us a call at 888-FIX-MY-AC and get a brand new American Standard heating and air conditioning unit and save on your taxes at the same time. You heard it first from me, Mike Lang. Call 888-FIX-MY-AC. That's 888-FIX-MY-AC now. Or you can reach us at atcair.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Trajan Wealth. Wall Street is up and down, and if you have a 401k, you need to watch your investments. They can help you. They have experts on site, offices in West Palm Beach. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Every day you get done working, you're closer to your retirement. And when you have a retirement, you want to enjoy it, rest, and enjoy South Florida. Trajan Wealth can help you. Call them today, 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Peace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
A violent crime is committed every 24 seconds. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association exists to provide you with firearms education, training, and access to self-defense liability insurance. So when trouble comes, you'll be ready. Over 800,000 Americans trust the USCCA, and right now, there's an exclusive, limited-time offer for radio listeners. Go to defendfamily.com to get a free family defense guide, a survival secrets training video from a retired FBI agent, and see all the benefits of membership. Go to defendfamily.com now.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, and you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
S12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We have hot and humid conditions again today. A heat advisory in effect for Palm Beach County until 6 p.m. this evening. Fewer showers than we saw yesterday. Again, if we do see any isolated showers, most of them will be pinned west of I-95. Do keep the umbrella at the ready just in case we do have that one or two pop up to the east of 95.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You've been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio has your shot at $1,000 and a VIP trip to Vegas for our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword music to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info, standard data, and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back on Penthouse on a Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good afternoon. Greek Zone today. We'll be talking about college football, look at the AP ratings, and the Major League Baseball lines, and preseason week 2 in the NFL, and our special handicapper guest at 2:30. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey, hey.
And thank God, because we need some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida. I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
We did say what the Florida because it's about the Florida man, and this one is a suspect who victimized women. And this happened at a couple places, H&M, at the Sawgrass Mills, and then at Target in Fort Lauderdale. They know who he is. He's a fitness trainer and influencer, according to him, Ken Constantine. I don't know how many people he's going to be influencing or training these days. After seeing this, they said he recorded 2 women in a changing room. And then another woman at that Target. This time, there was a 28-year-old victim who was trying on bathing suits when she noticed a cell phone that was placed underneath the door, recording her undressing. She was heard yelling, "Are you effing kidding me?" After she saw the phone, and she was not about to let him get away. And then, even though unfortunately he did, because she hopped out of that dressing room, ran out after him. And they said the store security was telling him, telling him to call 911. And they were preparing to call 911, but they said that he did dart after the fact. Of course he did, right? Eventually, there was a warrant out for his arrest. He did go to prison, but they're saying that officials redacted further information about the incident from the warrant, that one specifically, because, of course, he denied doing anything, but of course, they did see him running out of the store, according to security. So, there are witnesses besides this woman. So they're asking, they want to do some investigations on this. They're like, his case is not listed right now with the Broward Clerk of Courts. And anyone who has additional information is asked to call Broward Crime Stoppers, because if there's already 3 women claiming this same guy has done this, I bet you there is a bunch more out there.
Terrible.
And I know his face is out there because I definitely saw it on Local 10, which is Miami station. And speaking of Target, this woman thought she was going to put one over on them. So she was taken into jail. Her name was Carla Nishikura, I believe. And she was arrested for shoplifting and a scheme to defraud. So she was doing the old switch price tags thing is what she was doing. She went to a Target store over there, Palm Coast. And they said that the loss prevention officer was watching a woman removing price tags from clothing items and then replacing them with cheaper tags. She's bringing her own tags with her.
So you can't do that.
I mean, yeah, I'm just kidding, but she was replacing them.
She wasn't stealing.
She also took a price tag, from a pencil box and placed it over a Lego set, along with adding other items in her cart. So then she went to the self-checkout. Not only was she doing the switcheroo, but she scanned only 5 out of the 12 items in her cart. Yep, the scanned items, wow, only $19.50. But officials stated that it would have been, but $270.
Jeez.
Yep. So she left the store without paying for the other 7 items. The loss prevention officer stopped her And they took her to the office. I like how they watch everything first because they said they saw her do this, they saw her do that. And then when she's watching out, that's when they stop her.
Well, they want you to commit the crime, obviously.
I guess before you leave. I mean, that's it. But he doesn't even change switching out tags, right?
But if you're in the store, you could just say, oh, I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, but even watching her switch out tags, that's a crime in itself.
Oh, yeah,
too.
that. But
maybe they want to hit her with more charges. I don't know. But they took her into the office until law enforcement arrived, and she apparently likes five-finger discounts. That's her thing. She doesn't want to pay for items. She doesn't want to pay for items like the rest of us do. And said, we won't allow shoplifting, according to Sheriff Rick Staley. So hopefully she will learn her lesson while spending time, as he likes to call it, in the Green Roof Inn. They said it's not the first time she shoplifted from Target. She was caught stealing from the same one back in 2023. But at the time, the store did not pursue any charges. So she's currently on 12 months probation for a shoplifting incident that also happened in September 2023, but not from Target. So she does have sticky fingers, that one.
Old habits are hard to break sometimes.
Sticky fingers. Yeah, and then, man, I don't like to talk about fatalities, but why are people so trigger happy these days? It is absolutely crazy. Richard Miner is facing second-degree murder charges after a confrontation over a handicapped parking spot led to a shooting and the death of Jonathan Arias, Sarasota. They said that Miner, who is a disabled amputee, got into an argument with Arias, who was fishing with his friends near a pier. And he was like, well, what's your problem? He was like, I'll show you my problem, before spraying Arias with bear spray. And they're like, what the hell's going on? So according to the rest, Arias then walked around Miner's vehicle to the driver's door where Miner was sitting. Miner then fired several shots, striking him. Arias' wife ran down. Following him, Miner pointed a firearm with her fingers at the trigger. And they said that witnesses said that they saw heard 7 to 8 shots. Later, when he was interviewed by the police, they were saying that he was initially sprayed with the bear spray. And that's when Arias did walk through it and came to the driver's side and opened his window. And he said at that time is when he felt threatened for it. So this is absolutely crazy situation. And I'm just trying to figure out, because they're saying it's over a parking dispute.
Again, sounds like there's more, but who knows?
After a handicapped parking spot led to the shooting death. Yeah, but then they're saying that he was fishing with his friends near a pier. There's like all this very vague, weird situation that happened. So we will see. He did enter a plea of not guilty. And then, of course, he's got to wait his day in court. And then finally here, there is a cool story of a woman who found a message in a bottle. And she sounds like a pretty solid lady. So she's driving down the road. And, of course, all this debris had washed ashore from Hurricane Debbie a few weeks ago. And this woman, Suzanne Flement Smith, says she was walking Bayshore Boulevard when she noticed how much trash there was. And she says that she carries plastic bags and some gloves in her car, that she does. And she said that so she decided to make herself useful. And she did. She said on her third bag that she was filling up, she noticed a glass bottle, and you could see some grass writing. They said that there was a note in the scripture. And I was like, oh, my goodness, I think I just found a message in a bottle. And she said it wasn't any kind of ordinary litter, so she kept it safe, took it home, cracked it open with her family. And she said in the contents, there was a little bit of sand, a few seashells, a bullet casing, and like a mini kind of cannonball, she explained. But she said the real prize was a note. They said it was cursive ink etched on an old piece of paper. She said most of the words were faded by the sun, but something she could see said, "Dear Lee, received your letter yesterday. Was glad to hear from you." She says what she can make out of it seems like it was a message from someone named Chris to a friend named Lee, obviously. It also went on to go, I'm going to school again, radio school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What's unmistakable is a date, she says, 3/4/45, etched next to a U.S. Navy letterhead from the amphibious training base in Little Creek, Virginia. She said it appeared to be a Navy military to a friend of some sort because it mentioned how he wants to see him soon and things like that. But yeah, where they found it more than 800 miles away from Safety Harbor is where she was, is that same naval base that still stands today. So very cool. Says we were established because with World War II going on, they needed a place to train. And that's why Joint Expeditionary Base Little Creek Fort Story was established. So they were talking about, people, World War II, D-Day, Normandy 80 years ago, all this cool stuff. So she found a piece of history. Now they're going to do some sleuthing to see if they can track down maybe anybody related or just
Family
know
member.
who it was, who put this out. So they're going to be doing so. And it's a naval. Unfortunately, they say they're unable to accurately authenticate the letter since they don't have any last names or stuff like that. But they're going to try to do their best to figure out where it came from. And that is your What the Florida.
Thank you, Francis. Great job. We do it 105 and 1105, Florida Stories. I have never been on a bus in my life, and I've never taken one. Is there something that is a common thing that you could be like, I've never done that? So let us know if there's anything that's a common. It could be taking a cab. It could be something. It could be vanilla ice cream. Something that you've never done that is very common to most people. Maybe take a train. Maybe get on a plane. Could be anything like that. Let me know. 877-927-6969. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Can either one of you think of something very common that you've never done?
I honestly can't. I've done a lot of things. Common and uncommon. Like, there's nothing that I can think of. I mean, all the things you named, I'm like, yeah, I've done those, so.
Yeah, let us know. Jim, anything with you that it's common that you've been, I never did that.
No, nothing that jumps out. I mean, I haven't been like skydiving. That's something
that's not common, though, right?
How common that is.
Yeah.
You know, even like skiing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or things.
But see, to me, I would say that's common.
Yeah, that's not common.
It depends on.
Like he's talking about taking a bus.
It's pretty common. Or a train. Maybe you've never been on a train. Maybe you've never been on a plane. I mean, those are pretty common things. Maybe you've never been to church. I mean, there could be a lot of things. Never went to a Marlin game. That could be common. Or any sporting event. Or any concert. Maybe like, I've never gone to a concert in my entire life. Is that something? Or a sporting event. Let us know. 877-927-6969. Things that are common that most people have done that you have never done in your life that you could think of. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. What is something common that you have never done? That you're like, man, this is common. And I've never done this. So I don't know if I'll ever. The bus thing might pass me by. I don't know if I'll ever get on a bus anytime soon. But you never know. I would say an Uber is pretty common. I only took one or two in my entire life, but that's a pretty common thing today. Or a Lyft, car sharing process. But let us know anything that you might think that, hey, it's common. And you know what? I just never did it, and I don't know if I ever will do it. Maybe getting married. You were never married. You might say that's pretty common. Give us a call on that subject and let us know. Maybe, going down to, I've never been to Key West. A lot of people are always shocked. Like, you've never been down to Keys? Everybody goes down to Keys at least once. Jimmy, have you been down to Keys?
Well, there's one there.
Have you been down there?
I mean, if you're going to call that a common thing that we've never done, I haven't been to the Keys yet. I'm trying to get the wifey down there, but she doesn't like bridges.
I think more common if you
blindfolds.
Drugs.
Just blindfold.
Drugs.
Yeah, drugs and blindfold. Perfect.
Drugs.
Maybe just a potato sack. Maybe just have somebody throw in the back of the van. I think she's getting kidnapped.
Oh my God.
And then she wakes up with a key.
That's brutal, Franny.
Like that marriage proposal. Because that's going to go well.
I think more common down here, like in Florida. You never been to the Keys? Like maybe if we were in New York and New Jersey, somebody said, you never at the Empire State Building? You never at the Statue of Liberty?
Well, something like never broken a bone. I think that could be common, right, as a kid. Something, you said skiing, but something a little bit maybe more common, never seen snow. Some people haven't.
Yeah.
Even just seen it. I have all those things, but I'm just trying to think of other examples.
It just means you've never traveled, to an area that has it, during that time frame. So I don't know how...
Like I'm looking
definition
at
of common.
Yeah, I'm looking at a BuzzFeed list, and that's where I got those two. One says never owned a credit card.
Oh, yeah, that's common.
Yeah, never saw snow. Let's see. Never bought a lottery ticket.
That's common.
Never changed a tire.
I never changed that. Yeah.
Probably maybe something that we've been hearing a little bit more lately is, people that don't have a driver's license.
Yeah.
They've never had a driver's license, right? And I'm not talking about somebody that's super young, but, in their 30s.
Yeah.
And they never had a driver's license.
Somebody else said never eaten at a McDonald's, and I'm 52.
Okay, that's pretty common thing that nobody's ever done.
Any big fast food place.
Yeah. Let's see what else somebody said here. Never watched a Star Wars film. This one, I know some people never been on social media. It's pretty common. At least have one account somewhere, right?
Yeah, somewhere. For some reason, I know a bunch of people that had it, like even Facebook when it first started back in the early 2000s, and they just never really followed through with it, but, they signed up for it at one time.
Yeah, let us know anything that you think is common that you have never done in your life. You can also call us at 877-927-6969. Email Jimmy at realradio921.com, or you can text us, Real Radio 47142.
This isn't me, but some people that live like here in Florida, very close to the shore, and have never been to the ocean.
That's common.
There's one. I mean, just as an example. I mean, obviously, I've been to the beach, and a bunch of other people have. But I know there's some. It's out there. I'm sure there are people that haven't been to the ocean.
Yeah. If you guys have anything like that, let us know. Text us or email Jimmy. Any of the above works. Miami Dolphins do have a preseason game this week. They are playing Saturday night. So don't forget that. And you can listen to that on 101.7 on Real Radio. And for us, it's the Gators down here. We got the Gators all season. They open up the 31st against the Canes. It's all about the U. So it'll be the Canes against them. And the U are expected to have a good season this year. Possibly compete for the ACC title if their quarterback has a good season. And that's what a lot of people are banking it on. I think they're 2.5-point favorites.
So in my What the Florida Stories, I had that woman at Target who shoplifted and was switching around the price tags, making things cheaper. And so she is definitely part of this quarter of Americans. And are you? So a new survey from LendingTree reveals that close to a quarter of American adults have admitted to shoplifting. So around 1 in 20 people have done it within the last year, too. The research, according to this survey, says that the personal finance site surveyed 2,000 adult consumers, revealing 53% of those who shoplifted were older than 16 when they did it.
Okay.
And I will say I am part of this, but actually, no, let me retract. I am not part of that because it's adults over 16 is what they're saying. Mm-hmm. I did when I was a kid. I was dumb and I stole some earrings from Claire's.
Oh, right.
Yes. I didn't get busted.
So if you're listening out there.
Didn't get busted.
What's the statute of limitations?
But right? But what happened was my sister, who's 5 years older, she ended up getting busted stealing when she was on a field trip, and it was jewelry. And I remember, and it was after I did, and I don't know, maybe I was like 12 or something when I did my girlfriend and I little poop heads and went there and did it. But and I remember her getting busted during the field trip and cops involved. My mom had to go, and then that scared me enough. I was like, I don't want to go to jail. So
what are you in for? Earrings.
Yeah. So one time, because my sister did on a field trip. But we always hear kids stealing candy bars and non-violently after the fact or whatever. So, yes, I am not in this one, but I will say that I did as a kiddo and never again. But they say more than 50% of shoplifted were older than 16 when they did. Shoplifters tend to hide items on their bodies, their purse or bag. But 25% have just walked out of a store with just the plate in view.
just grab it and walk.
Yeah, just Jameis Winston style with crab legs. They say, why do they do that?
Poor Jameis.
I know. Say, why they do that? They said 90%, nearly all these people of recent shoplifters say they steal because of inflation or because of the current economy. A third shoplift because they can't afford the prices, which kind of sounds around the same. 30% do it to help make ends meet, and 27% say they steal just to save a few bucks. Say shoplifters are more likely to steal from big chain stores than small mom and pops.
That's good.
They say it's easiest to get away at grocery stores at number 1, department stores, second place they shoplift, and then convenience stores. The most commonly stolen items are food and non-alcoholic drinks, then clothing, accessories, and jewelry, and then finally makeup and cosmetics, which means to go more women are shoplifting than men.
That sounds like it.
And this says, 52% of shoplifters have gotten away with it. 48%, have been caught in the act. After being busted, 33 only got a warning %, 24 were arrested, and 22% were banned from the store. But they say, but not all shoplifting is intentional, which I've heard it's 41% accidentally taking something. Like you've heard, right? You have the water on the bottom of your cart.
Sure.
And you walk out.
That's
and you're like,
an
oh, no.
accident.
Yeah, and that's what they say. Yep, accidentally taking something without paying for it.
Yeah, I'm sure if they come up to you, you could just be like, I really forgot. I'm sorry.
Well, nearly half of them said obviously they felt guilty, but were too embarrassed to go and bring it back. So they just did it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's in the millions with stores over the years.
Oh, I bet it happens multiple times a day. Multiple times a day at a grocery store.
Now, how many times do you go to even if probably more so on a self-checkout where it'll say, did you check all the items underneath, your cart and that type of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's very common that people do that.
Yeah.
And not realizing, like you said, they don't even bring it back because you're sheepish. Because you also feel like they're not going to believe you. But you would think if you came back and said, look, I didn't pay for this, I made a mistake.
Oh, if you were to do it on your own?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they'd give you any trouble for that.
877-927-6969. That is the number to call. Jimmy, when you were growing up in Jersey, do you remember a sporting goods store called Herman's?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah, vaguely.
There was a big sporting store, it's equivalent to like Dick's. And I remember a story where my friends were in there, and they it was like a big mall, and it was one of the big stores. It was a big store. And I was with them hanging out, looking at stuff, and my buddy, one of our friends was out in the parking lot, and he threw him a football for an inside. You know, the door's open, and the kid just took off.
So that was a shoplifting story?
Yeah, shoplifting story. I don't know why it just popped in my head. I remember both their names and everything, and I was like, what'd you do? And I was on the other side. I remember with my friends looking at fishing poles, and we were going to go play football, and one of the kids goes, we got a new ball. I said, how'd you get it? He said, Eric threw it out. And what's the name was out there and took off.
I got to go now. It's too late now.
Yeah, right through the door.
Can't throw it back.
Yeah. 877-927-6969. Let us know if you have any stories like that. Also, if you got some scenarios where you're dumping somebody or keeping them, if it's something where you're like, man, I'm really not sure. What is something that would make you be like, yeah, I'm out. We want to hear this situation. Also, Miami got rated in the top 25 AP. They were 19. So Florida State is 10. Miami is 19.
We have never used a bookie at 47142 as far as something that you think might be common. And then somebody else says, I've never started an OnlyFans page. I guess at this point it's a little common too, right?
It is, I would say. Yeah.
I'm 2 for 2 with you.
Yeah, I would say
never used a bookie, never started
Me
OnlyFans.
too. I'm on that train.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know about a bookie is common, to be honest with you. I think there's a small percentage of people that have done that. I know they were talking about sports betting. They said there was an article last night, and somebody called me about it. They said at least half Americans plan to bet this football season, which is a huge, huge number with the legalization of sports betting throughout the country. But that is a huge number. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you guys want to get involved. I think this hour we got that keyword for Vegas, right? It was released at 1 o'clock?
Yes, we do. We have another keyword, text music, M-U-S-I-C, to 200-200. You'll be in the running for this. Well, we found out it's not just for this hour. This will be good until the next keyword is given at 5 p.m. tonight.
Cool.
So text music to 200-200, and you'll be in the running for this hour's trip to Las Vegas. $1,000, all that you get, and that's going to be some show coming up here in a couple of weeks out in Las Vegas. So you want to go? Text music to 200-200.
You'll have a great time. You'll enjoy Vegas. It's on iHeart, and you get $1,000. Imagine that. $1,000 they give you right there. Right there, you get a G-Note, you pick it up. You can do whatever you want. Go out to dinner. Maybe you go to a show. Maybe you go to a club, or maybe just gamble. You're up on it already. You're up as soon as you get in Vegas. And a lot of people can't say that. I don't know if anybody can say that. If you win this contest, you're already plus cash.
Hotel, airfare out to the iHeart Music Festival. We got tickets into the show itself. All kinds of acts are going to be out there. Yeah, text music to 200-200.
You guys make it happen. Pick up the phone and run with it. Keyword this hour is music. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We'll come back with a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I'm down to share my body with science, and you could play around with my body after I die, poke me with a stick or whatever. I don't mind.
Ooh, I just heard from science. They said no go. Dog.
It's a no from science?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Keep listening for your next chance to be there.
Own the moment with the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses. Wear timeless styles with technology that lets you listen to music, capture pictures and videos, live stream, make a hands-free call or text, and even ask Meta AI questions on the go. All while you stay present in the moment.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Florida Turnpike back open south from Boynton Beach Boulevard to Atlantic Avenue. 95 looks good. Drive times are up to speed. Make sure you observe all school zones and those school bus signals. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
Hey, it's Franny. Ready to sell your car without the hassle? Go to GiveMeTheVIN.com. Whether it's your daily driver, SUV, classic muscle car, or exotic ride, they buy it all. Enter your VIN or license plate number and get a top offer in minutes. Guaranteed to beat CarMax, or they'll pay you $100. It's fast, easy, and you can even sell your classic car at GMTVCC.com. Sell your car the smart way with GiveMeTheVIN.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
When the going gets tough, the tough get StormSmart. Since 1996, StormSmart has simplified the process of protecting your home. Our storm catcher screens and shutters are designed and manufactured here in Florida. Along with impact windows and doors, StormSmart ensures your experience from purchase through installation is seamless. We know what it takes to keep your home safe, livable, and beautiful. Because Smart is making it easy to protect your home. And Smart is simple. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's in Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace.
Is your credit on life support? Hey, it's Megan from iHeartRadio. And if you said yes, then Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Local bank representatives will be on site to grant special approval to consumers who meet certain minimum criteria. So if you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach wants to approve you so you can drive home your new Kia today. I repeat, Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. So if you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic wants to approve you for a new Kia today. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss the credit clinic today and tomorrow at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 1-800-NEW-KIAs or check them out online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com or stop by in person and tell Mike Wingle and all the sales experts that Megan sent you. We want to see you in a Greenway Kia. Credit effects, down payment, and approval terms.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it. So your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Florida Talk Real Estate is your one-stop real estate shop. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, you're stuck with a home and you don't know what to do, look no further than FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Listen every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. until 11, right here on Real Radio 92.1.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes. Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family. Together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
A violent crime is committed every 24 seconds. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association exists to provide you with firearms education, training, and access to self-defense liability insurance, so when trouble comes, you'll be ready. Over 800,000 Americans trust the USCCA, and right now, there's an exclusive, limited-time offer for radio listeners. Go to defendfamily.com to get a free family defense guide, a survival secrets training video from a retired FBI agent, and see all the benefits of membership. Go to defendfamily.com now.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hurricane season is here. There is no better time to protect your home and family with a new Generac standby generator. For as low as $200 per month, Assurance Power can prepare you for the next power outage. Call today to learn more.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
As 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl, we have hot and humid conditions again today. A heat advisory in effect for Palm Beach County until 6 p.m. this evening. Fewer showers than we saw yesterday. Again, if we do see any isolated showers, most of them will be pinned west of I-95. Do keep the umbrella at the ready just in case we do have that one or two pop up to the east of 95.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Florida needs a power company that's storm ready. That's why FPL works year-round to keep the power on and restore it safely and as quickly as possible when needed. FPL, working for you every single day. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface,
dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We have officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events. Somebody messing with us? Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Great Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thanks for always tuning in to R&R. Greek Zone is next. College football. We'll look at the AP Top 25 and baseball. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
And it is the last Greeks trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greeks Trifecta.
Yankees lost last night, so you got to come back on them. They're not losing 2 nights in a row. Are they really, Jimmy? The White Sox, the worst team in the league? 2 nights in a row?
I guess so.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to go with the Yanks tonight and maybe go down like the Titanic, but I don't think they lose 2 nights in a row. Yankees, I think, win tonight. It was one of the biggest upsets of the season. Yankees were plus 300. That means you had to put up $300 to get 100. And not a good situation. If you had the game was a blowout too, 12-2. Topps is releasing a basketball card with Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Steph Curry. Olympic card, all 3 of them autographed. That's something that you want to get your hands on and hold on to because that's going to be worth money someday. Again, Kevin Durant, 4-time Olympic champ, LeBron 3rd time, and Steph Curry 1st time. So that's going to be a pretty unique card to have in all autographed. Tariq Hill was at Dolphins training camp. After practice, he sat down and talked to a reporter and said, you know what? I'm a better player than Patrick Mahomes. And the Olympics just ended. The fastest man in the world, he says he could beat him in a race. I got him. He goes, tell him to come down here. I'll take him. Tariq Hill always has some interesting things to say and a good take on stuff. Hopefully he helps the Dolphins have a good season, win the division, which they are 2-1 at, and win a playoff game. And that would be, I think, a team going in the right direction. This is McDaniel's 3rd year. If they don't do something in the playoffs again this year, I don't know what's going to happen on a 4th year. Or will there be a 4th year? And that is your Greeks trifecta. Peace.
Well, this is a question that comes up from time to time, and I think we've answered it before. Maybe our answers have changed. Maybe your answer has changed. Would you let your kid try alcohol at home before they turn 21 if they asked? And a couple of coworkers were asked that question, and one coworker said, absolutely not. Other people say if they showed interest, they're probably going to try it anyway. So I think it's best to let them try it at home where they're safe with their parents. It also gives parents a good opportunity to teach how to drink responsibly. Otherwise, they're going to end up trying it at, probably a party or out in the field somewhere or something, like some of the old ways that we used to say or see it ourselves out there. But would you let your child drink at home before they were 21? My answer is obvious because we did let Katie drink before she was 21. And again, it was nothing excessive. It was maybe one wine cooler or something like that. It was, a good, I agree with this one person to say it's a good teaching moment, right? Where you can show that you don't necessarily want to abuse it. But some people are very strict by it, too. I mean, the law is the law. The law is 21. I do believe there are some provisions in the law that allow parents to let their children indulge under the age of 21 as long as they're at home. I do believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I do believe they're out there. But, either of you feel pretty much the same on something like that, or are you very strict on it? You don't know. They should not. It is against the law.
I mean, it's difficult, right? Me not being a parent, I don't know how I would be. I can say one thing and then actually be a parent and just be like, and just totally change my mind after raising kids. So I don't know. I mean, at my household when I was growing up, it was, and of course, if you're curious, right, you're not going to, I think, like, don't be the parent who's going to be like, here, you might as well try it. If your kid doesn't show any interest, then why even introduce it to them? Because there's some kids that have absolutely no interest in drinking alcohol whatsoever.
Well, if they don't want to.
Yeah, but then if you know, right, if they ask questions, they're interested, or you know that their friends are boozing or whatever it is, then I would think I would be okay because we as we mentioned before, if you know that it's going to happen, I'd rather it be at home than somewhere else. But yeah, that one's a tough one for me to answer just because I don't know how it would be as a parent.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, if you feel that way just because of that, I mean, you give a pretty good take on it that's pretty similar to what I think a lot of people would think as well. Greek, got a take on it?
I would also look at myself if I was a drinker and had a tendency of drinking over the years, then I might not let them at all. Because if I had some issues with it and, it hurt me in my life, I'd probably be like, no, I don't want them to drink. And I would really base it on that. If I ever had a child, which I won't, but if I did, I would never let them bet. And I would be strict on that. Do we have somebody on hold?
Yeah, we have Mike on the line. Mike, welcome to the Penthouse.
Mike? Oh, we lost him?
Nope. Hung up.
Yeah, the drinking thing, like I said, I think it also depends on you. Say you had some problems as a parent, with it and stuff like that. You might not want to be like, hey, it's okay to drink. It's different because you know yourself, your background, or your wife or anybody in your family. But, yeah, it's one of those things, too. Like you said, if you want to have, like, a glass of wine or something like that around the house, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, you let us know, especially we know we got a lot of parents out there and probably parents who have teenage kids or kids that are not of age that maybe they have had drinks with you in the household or maybe they're starting to get to that point where they're sober curious, alcohol curious.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Sure.
47142 started off with Real Radio. How do you handle it?
It seems to be again along the lines of like driving, drinking is the other thing that we see.
Huge.
It's a trend down for some of the younger kids these days. So maybe it's not as much of an issue anymore as it once was. I don't know.
I think for kids too, one of the best advantages they have that most generations didn't have before. I mean, they have the ability with Uber and Lyft that they can pick up the phone and call them and get a ride home. And you hear a lot of kids, at least I do, through my stepson sometimes, like, hey, we always take Uber. We don't drive. We don't drive. We don't chance it. We didn't, people didn't have that years ago. And if you weren't in a city, a big city, cabs were not, all over the place.
Now, you say chance it for along the lines of drinking and driving?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're talking about, because they're all underage.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So, yeah.
So I just think, like, with, different generations, it happened, today's there's no excuse. You know what I mean? You can call Uber, you can call Lyft and get a ride home. Or you can have a designated driver, which a lot of people do. And I was many times for all my friends. But, yeah, I just think You got to be careful with all that. Because, again, trying it's one thing. Encouraging is a different thing. We're not saying encourage. We're saying, would you try it? And a lot of parents say a lot of times, hey, I'd rather, be done in my house.
Well, my specific scenario was at home, right? Because I don't think there are too many people out there that would encourage their children to go out and drink if they're underage outside of their home.
Oh, yeah.
Now, maybe there
not,
are.
Right?
Yeah,
you would hope not.
But, maybe there are, and I don't know. And again, judge free zone here. But
there are some out there. I know people who know that their kids have fake IDs. And go out with them. I do know those people, but there's
They go out with the kids?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a little crazy. Not crazy. I don't know if I'm going to
I don't mean like go out clubbing, but like if they have go out to dinner.
So they can drink?
And they will allow their kid to have a glass of wine.
Okay.
Now, if they get caught, they get nailed, the parents.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. If they get caught when the kid is drinking on their age, that's not a good situation.
Well, the
establishment does it worse, though.
They get
and then the establishment will go after the parents.
But
the parents could be like, I don't know who that is. Not my kid.
And the child for having a fake ID.
Yeah, you get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
That's,
the establishment
really
definitely gets in trouble.
Yeah. I don't even know if the parents would get in trouble for that. Be honest with you, unless they're under 18.
You would think, right? You would think that they would.
I mean, if you're a parent, you and your kid are banging around like get dinner and the kid's pulling out a fake ID, you would think the parent would be like, you don't do that. You would hope.
You would think. But...
Yeah. Like, little Johnny, I don't want you doing a fake ID. Where are we going tonight? We're going to head out. I don't know. I don't think that's a great thing for the kid to see or to think anything about it. But you guys let us know if you have an opinion. 877-927-6969. I would not be a fan of that as a parent. You might have a different opinion. Jimmy, who would have?
We have Evan on the line. Evan, welcome to the show. What's going on, bud?
Hey, everyone.
Evan, what's up?
Yeah, Greek, I can tell you exactly where I was and the time when I heard Mickey Mantle passed.
Wow. Where were you and what time?
Well, I was on a business trip on the way to Orlando. I was on the turnpike. It was 6:15.
Wow,
I get pulled over by a FWC. I get pulled over by the FWC.
Okay.
And so he pulls me over, and he goes, I was only going 5 minutes or maybe 5 or 7 miles over the speed limit. I don't remember what it was. And he pulls me over, and he was pissed. I'm going like, what's going on? He goes, do you know why I pulled you over? And I said, well, because I probably speeded a little over the speed limit. And he goes, yes. So I give my license, and I was in a rental car.
Okay.
I give him all the information, and he goes and runs me back, runs all my information. Then he comes back, and he leans up against my car and watches the traffic, and just looking at the traffic going by. For it seemed like it was about 10 minutes. I'm going like, what the heck's going on? I said, do I have a point on my license? Because, I didn't know exactly what was going on. So after about 10 minutes, he comes back and he goes, now, do you know why I'm sitting here making you wait? And I said, probably because you're waiting for my license to come through to see if I'm clear.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, no. He goes, I pulled you over because how many cars do you think that drove by here while we're sitting outside the road?
Mm-hmm.
I said, 100, maybe 200, I don't know. He goes, exactly. And he goes, you know what? Every one of those cars that drove by rubbernecked to see that you got pulled over by FWC.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, because people don't realize that WFC has jurisdiction all over all of Florida to do anything, they have any law enforcement.
Okay.
And I didn't know that. But he goes, that's what I want to do. He goes, I wanted to show those people and like yourself that I have authority just as the troopers and everybody else. So, I want you disrespected me, and that's why I pulled you over.
How'd you disrespect him?
What?
Because I passed him. I passed the trooper. I passed this guy.
Okay, so he was using you as an example to others, or he was just trying to be like, this is what you get for passing me?
No. He was using me as an example to ever have other people to go by to see that you could actually get pulled over by FWC.
Huh.
That's crazy.
After about 10 minutes, he hands me back my license, and he goes, this is a verbal warning, that's all.
And that is the day Mickey Mantle died?
Well, yeah, exactly. So I get back in the car, turn on radio, and it was 6:19, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I look and the radio's and it's on the news, and it said, "Bad news: Mickey Mantle passed away this morning at 2:00 or something like that." But that's exactly when I heard it because I was looking at the radio at the time, so I knew exactly what it was.
Yeah, I got to meet him a couple times.
I went back.
It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I heard that. But my thing is, I immediately forgot about, this trooper or this law enforcement officer and all that kind of crap. And I went back to my childhood thinking all about all the things Mickey Mantle and all that stuff. So that was my, that's why I remember exactly when it was.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, a lot of things in life, I think everybody goes through. I remember being at Gulfstream with Buddha when we found out about Kobe. Just a crazy thing, and watching everybody look at their phone before we could definitely know what was happening. But crazy. People talk about stuff like that, especially if it's somebody you're a big fan of. And Mickey Mantle was fantastic. Broke a lot more records if he didn't drink.
Sure. Yeah. And like what you said, I read many times that he said, if like what you said, he would have lived his life better if he knew he was going to live longer.
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
Yeah, I said that earlier. Obviously, his father died, I think, in his late 40s.
No, or at 30s.
Oh, 30s. Excuse me.
Yeah, he's in his 30s, I think, yeah. Real fast, you were talking about actors and celebrities that have these things that you can't look at them or you can't talk to them or whatever. Well, this was, the great Bob Gibson, the pitcher of the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
The day he pitched, nobody was allowed to look at him, talk to him, or do anything. He just stayed away. You got to stay away from Bob Gibson. And what he did later in his life, he said later in life, he goes, I was a jerk because I had to focus on the game because we never scored any runs, and I knew I had to pitch,
lights out,
1-0. I had to pitch lights out every game, so that's why I was so in focus. And he goes, everybody hated me. I was a jerk to everybody, but that's just how it was. I was so focused. That's why he was such a great pitcher.
Yeah, he was fantastic, Bob Gibson. Really was.
He was also 1 year he played with the Globetrotters.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he played for 1 year, and he goes, he didn't like the buffoonery. That's what he said. I don't like the buffoonery of it. He goes, he went back to baseball.
Crazy. Like I said, some of these stories with guys and different things and how they get in tune for the games and try to get ready. But everybody's got their own path. Everybody's got their own unique to get ready for the game. So, I mean, from what we were talking about was with actors, and I think that's crazy if they say you can't look at them, but, you're on the set. That's a little bizarre to me. But, it's working for them, I guess, and they're not going to change.
You guys have a good day.
Thank you, Evan. Appreciate it. Always, you can call us at 877-927-6969. Also, you can text us at Real Radio 47142. Or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Speaking of kids drinking, let's see. The more you tell them, I'd rather have them drink at home, right, than out with some friends. It says the more underage. The more you tell them no, the more they'll want to do it. Better they experience it at home in a safe environment than with friends who may take it too far. All right, we have that in the text line. We have another one, my 18-year-old, who goes to Florida, has a fake ID from New Jersey. He got pulled over on campus the other day. Cop saw it in his wallet and told him to get rid of it, and she will pretend like she didn't see it.
Oh, that's nice.
It's now on his dresser. That's from my buddy Stephen Boca. Let's see. I will get them drunk as possible so they have no desire to drink again. It worked for me, but mine was self-inflicted. Okay.
I don't think it's going to work for a lot of people. Advocate that.
Yes. Hey, listen, to each their own, right? I say let them, wait, where I say them, let drink and drive. I don't know. The porcelain bus. Oh, let them drink and drive the porcelain bus. It will cure their curiosity. There we go. And what else do we have here? It says common things, because we were talking about common things. G-Man brought it up, but things you've never done. So common things I've never done. I've never played spin the bottle. In my entire life, I have never made love to a person twice my age. And I have never purposely peed in the shower. Watch your feet, Franny. And that's from our buddy Hugh. Little inside old joke, if you don't get that.
Wow.
That was a story I told you. Don't remember?
Oh, no, not that one. The one before that.
Okay, yeah. But the pee in the shower, watch your feet. Yeah, that's. Thank you for remembering that story, Hugh.
Yeah, he's got some memory. Jesus. 877-927-6969. They're out there. You let us know situations, maybe something that's very common that you never did. I've never been on a horse. Been on a few, but I've never been on a horse. Jimmy, have you ever been on a horse?
Yeah, I've done that. Not too many times, but I have done it in my life.
Franny, you, yes, right?
Yeah, I told you I used to ride when I was a kid.
Yeah, so let us know. Anything that is pretty common that you've never done. Maybe you never went to a sporting event or a concert
What do you think was rare, a sporting event or a concert? Somebody said they never did it.
I don't know. They're kind of... I know it's different when one and the same because there's more people who are more interested in music and some that are just more interested in sports. Like I know somebody who said that they never a football game. They don't care. They don't watch it. They don't even know the rules of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think? These days are around the same price. I mean, it just doesn't.
It's pretty close.
See, the thing is, well, yeah, I don't know. Sporting could be so many different sports, right?
But so could music.
Yeah.
The genres,
there's
right?
So many different types of music, too. That's why I kind of stopped myself.
Yeah, that was tough.
Probably 50-50.
Yeah, that's what
right?
I think, too.
I mean, somebody that hasn't been to one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know if you have anything. We'll come back with it tomorrow. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Appreciate you guys always tuning in to Real Radio. Don't forget, football season's right around the corner, and 101.7 has the Dolphins. That's right. You can hear all the action with the Dolphins. Tariq Hill, Waddle, and Tua, and a very good defense. You can hear that on 101.7. Jimmy, thank you for all your help today. Great job as always.
Speaking of music, if you want to go see Megadeth with special guest Mudvayne and All That Remains, go search for us on Instagram. If you're not already following us, you should be. Real Radio 921. All of our social media is the same, Real Radio 921. But go to our Instagram page. You'll see I put a post up there. Like that post, share that post, tag a friend in it, and if you leave a comment, we're going to be picking a winner to go see Megadeth, Mudvayne, and All That Remains. We have a pair of tickets. That show is Saturday, August 24th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. We're going to be picking a winner for that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Franny's actually going to pick that winner for us.
Oh, I am?
Tomorrow.
I get to have that honor?
Yes. I just decided that right now. That's an executive decision. Right there.
Franny, great job as always. You help us in so many different ways. And thank you for everything you do with the text line, with the blogging, with everything you bring, and your great attitude. And iHeart is lucky to have you as an employee.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That was deep. I appreciate it.
I read what you wrote.
I saw that. Yeah, I think your face doesn't.
I love it every time.
I was like, your face doesn't match your words.
I'm
shocker.
I'm an creation.
I'm looking. I'm like in my head. I'm not looking at him. I was like, wow, that sounds really nice. And I look at him. He's got this like smirk. Exactly.
I don't care about anybody.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy G, man, thank you for everything. I appreciate y'all. Have a great time doing the Greek Zone. Make sure you're tuned in. And, of course, make sure you are continue. And can we give the 1 o'clock keyword again for that
we can.
trip to
It's
Vegas?
Music, M-U-S-I-C. Text that to 200-200, and you'll be in the running for a pair of tickets to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. We're giving you airfare, hotel, and $1,000. So you got a little bit of spending cash while you're out in Vegas.
That is awesome. iHeart, again, coming through big time. Always takes care of their listeners all the time. It is the Greek, Jimmy, and Francis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great afternoon. If you want to stick around, you're welcome. The Greek Zone is next. Peace.
Without a net. Suck it, podcasts. Unless you're our podcast. That can get fixed in post, right? Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to give you $1,000 and send you to Vegas, baby. We're giving you a round-trip airfare to Las Vegas, a 2-night hotel stay, and we'll give you 2 tickets to both nights of our iHeartRadio Music Festival. And oh yeah, $1,000 too. Listen for the keywords to text every weekday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Florida Turnpike shut down once again in Boynton Beach. Turnpike South between Boynton Beach Boulevard and Atlantic Ave is closed. 95 is your alternate. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Guys, are you tired of being tired? Frustrated because it seems impossible to lose belly fat? If you're looking for a solution, then listen to Mark.
I had fantastic results with the Andro 400 Max. Probably lost 35 pounds, and more impressive than that was the inches I lost off of my belly and my waist. And the increased energy is fantastic. I'll be totally honest, I tried a different product, and I wasn't happy with the different